Because we want to protect our asses from crybabies, salty bitches, and lawsuits, we want to remind you this show is rated M for mature individuals only. That means if you're easily offended by graphic language, griefers, or full frontal nudity, please disconnect now and get the fuck out. Thank you, Mario, but the good podcast is in another castle. I know you want this body, but you just can't have it.
Hello everybody, and welcome to Remove From Play, the show where we remove ourselves from the culture and how we love to discuss it. What is that culture and hobby? Video games. Video games, yes. It is Tuesday, November 11th, 2014, episode 126, and I got it right for a second week in the row now.
Nice.
That one time I messed up the graphic. It made me feel so bad. I was like, oh, well, I tried here. I tried.
You tried.
I tried. Yes, and there's all of our social information for people who care. RPTV, Move From Play under shows, Google Pluses, and join the forums. Yes, I do that right in the beginning now, too, because it helps. I am Mac19. I am host and producer. I press the buttons, and I also do the clickings and stuff, so that works out. And I try to make sure everything works, but usually doesn't go out so well sometimes. Yes. We also have these ass hats joining me.
Hi.
Yes, we have Mr. Top Maverick, which I still love your head. Top Maverick. He's back, guest hosting.
What's
Hello.
up, Guys?
How you doing?
Good.
Good. It's been quite some time.
It has.
Yes. We're a little dry in the host front this week, so we thought let's bring some old homies from the past in.
Yeah.
Yes. And then of course we got that guy Eli.
Hello.
Yes, he's wearing a cool surreal art T-shirt on.
Yeah, it's
got clocks.
like a
and
Rube
stuff.
Goldberg machine or something.
Yeah, it's got a clock on it.
Yeah, it
so
definitely has a clock on it.
Makes
sure.
it unique, you know. And via Skype we have Elena,
Hello.
who's sewing in her new sewing room because she moved into a new place.
Oh, damn it.
So how do you like your sewing room?
It's definitely much better than the living room. That's for damn sure.
Yeah.
And I think you're always sewing. You're going to the bathroom. You're sewing. Changing diapers. I don't know if she's still using diapers.
She
anyways.
sews diapers.
She sews the diapers. This diaper will never come off.
Never sewed a diaper, but I have fixed a few kids' toys.
That's good.
They're
There
That's
you go.
useful.
open.
Yes.
But no, seriously, this I can't stop. I gotta sew whenever I can. It's,
Can't stop. Do the show.
Yeah.
Sewing time. Eating food. Sewing time.
basically.
That's always sewing. Never not sewing. Oh, and there's no crazy peepers this week.
Look how good his camera looks too. It's
Yes.
so,
I just want to show that there
nice.
is no chat girl. So I will of course be monitoring chat as best I can. But it looks so lonely over there. So lonely.
way down the hall.
It's way down,
So
way down
sad.
the hall.
Right.
Yes, it's in the other room. Our studio is just so big, we just can't, I can't run over there to check the chat room.
Yeah.
Gotta have it up here. Yeah, so what we're gonna talk about this week, boys and girls. Well, we got some little bites, of course.
Mhm.
We got some news of the week. Pretty much actually, the last 2 weeks are the most Nintendo news we ever had, and I have to say I'm pretty sad that Sony and Xbox aren't stepping up lately. And Nintendo is finally getting there. It only took them 2 years, but.
It's
And we
about
got
damn time,
games.
Nintendo.
Yes, got some gaming spotlight. And the specialty topic this week is, I just want to say it now, press F to pay respects. It's going to be that. I want to talk about the Call of Duty press F to pay respects
Oh
thing.
yeah.
It literally, that became a meme so quickly. So that's the specialty topic,
It's
although
pretty funny.
honestly I don't think it's going to be that long, but I just want to get my
Be
thoughts
worth
on it.
it, yeah.
I was thinking about making it a rage rant because I never get to use rage rant, but I'm not really mad at it. It's
Yeah,
just
you're not a
liking it.
raging kind of guy.
Yeah.
No.
We only ever did one rage rant, so
Oh.
if you guys ever want to rage about something, we technically have that
Call the show.
segment.
Okay, I'll
Yeah.
keep that in mind.
Yes.
And Lord knows I can use some sort of,
I could
yell
probably rage
thing.
about something.
I don't know.
Yes.
You know what really
Right.
grinds my gears?
You know what really
Yeah.
grinds my gears? Lots of things, yeah. Well, let's start this bitch off like we always do. What games we played the past week? Let's start off with let's go with Top Maverick. So what you've been playing? We haven't seen you in a while.
Let's see here. I've been playing Destiny for the last 2 months. Amazing. I'm also playing Alien Isolation. which is also a good game in my opinion. And for mobile gaming, I've been playing Buff Night, which I recently downloaded like 2 days ago, and I'm so addicted to it. But that's about it.
Oh yeah, Elena's like, how could we be such assholes? Yeah, it's Veterans Day. Ooh, I guess we're
yeah.
assholes because I didn't even care to mention that. Thanks for dying, guys, so we can play video games.
Yeah.
And we'll keep playing. We'll
and-
keep killing you in video games.
So the
we're-
Call of Duty thing you're about to talk about is super relevant, actually.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
there you go.
maybe-
So you didn't forget.
Yeah, maybe I totally planned ahead, and I was
Yeah.
gonna say Veterans Day then.
Quick,
No.
hit in America just for Veterans Day.
Yeah. So there you go. Yeah.
All right.
Thanks,
saved
Elena,
it.
for reminding me because I did
No
forget.
problem. My brother's in the army right now, so I'm kind of.
Oh.
And my,
So he's
all
not
my
a veteran
grandparents-
yet because he's still in the army.
Yeah.
Oh, I know, but I mean, he will be someday, and
Yes.
all of my grandparents, all of them.
Oh, there
are
you go.
vets.
Technically,
That's
my
pretty badass.
grandfather was in the Navy.
Yeah, and mine
He
was in
stole his
something.
federal fellow soldiers' guns and stuff, and then sold it.
Oh,
Oh.
I like how I say he's an asshole.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, he literally, the people he'd be on the ships with, he
Is,
like take their stuff and then bring it home with,
arms
ship it
dealer.
back to here.
Wow.
This house, ship it back to this house and sell it.
Back in the day, it was easy to steal stuff and sell it.
This place
Now
has got
you'd
some
go to
deep
jail. for sure.
history.
Yeah,
I know. So yeah,
it's pretty
Yeah.
cool.
So how you been enjoying Alien Isolation?
It's hit or miss. You know, it's a very, very tough game.
Yeah, difficulty I hear is
Very
can be
tough.
really-
Like I literally cry sometimes when I die by
Don't
this
open the
alien.
locker. I'm in the locker. Don't look at the locker.
Exactly.
Where's the prompt to hold my breath? Where's the prompt?
Right,
to hold
there's
my
no
breath?
prompt. It's like, oh. First time I played, I went in the locker, and you know, I'm just like, I'm in there for at least 10 minutes, literally 10 minutes. Finally, he like, I didn't even try to like peek out. I just waited in there, and then I see him go by, and I'm like, okay, now he can't see me. I'm in the locker. I can see him, but he can't see me. And you know, he just tears it open. I'm screaming like a little girl. I'm like, no! And you know, he kills me. And then you know, I tried the same thing again. And then they finally gave me a prompt to say, lean back to, you know.
Oh.
Rip open the locker.
So-
Come in there, eat your flesh.
That's after I died like 30 times in the same place.
Dang.
But thanks a lot, Alien Isolation,
Yeah.
for all those horrible memories.
My only it's not really a nitpick, but I do agree it's definitely a little bit more difficult than usual. Mostly because the scarcity of save points, which I do feel it benefits
Yeah.
the game overall because it creates that tension. Like, oh
Yeah.
my god, if I die here, I'm gonna have to go all the way back, so I
Yeah.
gotta be careful. So tension builds up. It's not, like if there were save points, if you could save any point, you'd just be like, move 5 feet, save, move 5 feet, save, and then it would
Yeah.
ruin the.
It definitely causes you to like run, like, you know, backtrack to save before you
Yeah.
go into a new area, so you're constantly backtracking to save it.
Yeah, I heard people were
going
doing
up.
that.
Yeah, that's exactly
Makes
what I
sense.
did. And I mean, like they said, the game takes about 15 hours, and I played it. It took me about 30 since I died so much. But but yeah, I mean, there's definitely a lot of backtracking.
It's
and
actually a pretty
saving,
long
and
game, believe it or not.
Yeah, it is.
Pretty lengthy.
Mm-hmm.
Got a big
Yeah.
girth. Got a big girth about it.
Yeah, and, I like the fact that they added in, like, you know, the androids in this one, and they stayed true to the original film, you know. And there's a lot of things.
Yeah, that world is like it totally is a world that people thought. What was the movie made in the 70s? What the
Yeah,
70s?
79.
1979.
Yeah, so what 70s thought the future would
Yeah.
be, and it's I agree with you.
Like,
man.
I recommend anybody that decides to play the game to watch the original movie first and then play the game, because there's so many little like hidden Easter eggs in the
Yeah.
game from the first movie. And I'm like, oh, I seen that, and that's pretty neat, you know. So it's a pretty good game.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I think it's really cool too, and the environments are. I actually do think the environments are the best part because
Yeah.
you're really on the ship from that movie, and
Mhm.
it's really cool that they were able to think, okay, well, we only had a couple shots in the movie showing ships, but let's expand it out. Let's make it look exactly like that throughout the whole
Yeah.
ship. The environments are stay so true to the movie,
Mm-hmm.
so cool. And I don't mean like there's. I think there it actually is some places that are supposed to invoke like a specific spot in in the movie, but it's just the whole architecture of the ship, and
Yeah.
everything that it invokes the
Yeah.
likeness of the movie. Not that there's actually scenes that you go to in the movie.
No, yeah, it's a totally different place. In the movie, Ripley does mention the Sevastopol, where the game is, you know, taking place.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
Beyond that, it's just
beyond that, that's all it really is. Just, you know, something she mentioned in the movie, and then
click the wrong button.
Yeah.
How about you, Elena? What you been playing?
I went ahead and I picked up my copy of Harvest Moon: The Lost Valley, which came out, I think, I don't remember what day it was. Oh, damn it.
Probably
But
4 weeks ago, that's my guess.
no, it came out. I just got it. What day is it today? Tuesday?
Today is Tuesday, yes.
So yeah, it came out.
Probably last
Tuesday-
week.
Yeah, it came out Tuesday last week. I've had it for a week.
Cool.
It's.
Dang.
I'm pretty disappointed with it.
Is it a
Alright.
Japanese RPG, is my guess?
Well,
That's
it's
what I
Harvest-
assume you like.
Harvest Moon. So.
Oh, you said Harvest Moon? That's totally not what
Oh.
you said at all.
Oh, yeah. I thought
Yeah,
it was something
For the
else.
Harvest
PS3?
Moon, The Lost Valley. Actually, I have it right here. See?
Oh, I totally
Oh,
misheard you. I
3DS.
totally didn't hear Harvest Moon. I heard something else and then The Lost Valley. That's what I heard.
I thought
Whoops,
you
my
said,
mistake.
Harvest Man or something.
Yeah, this is disappointing.
Oh.
Really?
Say the least. Yeah, no, it's pretty bad. Like it was only $30, which should have been a red flag to begin with. Apparently I did a little bit of digging after because I was trying to figure out how to play the damn thing, and apparently it was done by the secondary Natsume's secondary studio and not the main one that actually does the Harvest Moon series normally. And this one is it's very Minecrafty.
Ooh, that sounds good.
Very
Minecraft,
Very
I'm totally not surprised. Minecraft usually invokes many things
well,
in
yeah.
other games
Crafting.
now.
Thing.
Usually when you're given your farm space in Harvest Moon, you're given like this space that you have to utilize. And in this one, you're given this giant space that's basically one giant sandbox. You can dig things up, and it's all done in little blocks like Minecraft, and you can build things like platforms, and the height can affect your crops depending on where they are, and you can build like staircases and stuff. And it's cool, and I like that bit, but it's so much focus on the building that it took away from everything else that made Harvest Moon. There's only 3 bachelor candidates.
Oh man, I gotta say, it's not better than the GameCube ones, right? Because those are the ones I compare everything to. Because those are the ones I played the most.
No, well, I mean, I've only played the handheld ones. My favorite is Sunshine Islands, actually.
Oh, okay.
I still love the Sunshine Island bachelors, and it had an annoying sun and water point system for the crops, but I adored the story in those ones and the bachelors. Oh my god, the bachelors.
They were good stuff.
But no, yeah, but
Those
I
little
played, I have my
fox-headed
new
men.
beginning game, and I've played A Tale of Two Towns and all of those ones, and I thought, yay, new Harvest Moon, and I got it, and I'm like, what happened, guys?
What
Oh.
happened? No. No.
Apparently the main company that does, the main studio that does do the ones are normally like the Bloom Factory games and stuff, they're releasing a new one. It's not called, I'm trying to think of what it's called, but it drops December 15th, so I'm gonna have to go and get that one instead, because this is a tie over. This is not a main game.
Hope you
By
kept the
any-
receipt. Go return that.
Yes, maybe you could return it. Yeah.
Store
No, I'll probably
credits.
still keep it, because I have to have all my Harvest Moon
Oh.
games.
Oh yeah, you still got it's the collector, so the name still got you then.
You gotta think
Oh,
about the
man.
shelf.
Yeah, no. And I still got I mean, this is the one that came with the plush puppy dog, too, when you pre-ordered it.
Oh.
So
Well,
I
that's nice.
have to, because I got the llama from the last
Huh.
game. So I have to,
I'm a sucker for stuff like that. I like the little figurines you can get with like the
Yeah.
Pokemon games.
Oh, yeah.
That's the
I
good
was
shit
so
right there.
mad that I missed out on the last one, though, because it was a plush yak.
Yeah.
It was so cute, and I'm like, oh, what? I'm gonna have to make myself one or something, because
Yeah.
the freaking Harvest Moon animals are freaking adorable.
So precious indeed.
Yeah, they are. And so I played that for a little bit, and then I saw how shitty it was. I'm like, I actually started playing my new beginning file. Like I'm another whole month into it. I finished an entire season in like 2 days.
Wow.
Whoa.
That's some elite Harvest Moon skills right there.
Speed running.
Mhm.
Fucking love Harvest Moon, man.
Yeah, that's a good one. People always were like Animal Crossing, but I was a Harvest Moon person for a while. GameCube
Yeah.
one, so
Hmm.
which I don't know if that was a good one or not, but hey.
Which one?
I don't remember the name. I just remember it was Harvest. It was a long time ago when I played this.
Was it a Wonderful
It was a Harvest
Life
Moon.
or
The Harvest
Save
Moon one that was on the GameCube. Like I could Google it real
Was
quick.
it Wonderful Life or Save the Homeland?
Shh, I don't even know. I will Google it
Save
and
the
let you
Homeland
know.
was terrible.
I will Google it and let you know. While waiting for that, Elias, what have you been playing?
Okay. Well, earlier today I played some Bomberman.
Oh, you did. We all played some.
Yeah, we all
today.
played Bomberman together.
I suck, by the way.
Yeah, Mario didn't do so well. I mean,
Eli,
Top Maverick.
What?
Yeah, some of the games too.
No, Bomberman is fun. I don't like paint mode, even though I won like a lot. I still don't like paint mode that much. Yeah, and it was fun. I employed the running away strat a lot, and it helped me win in the super item mode. But that was fun. I also played some Prison Architect last night mostly. I don't know.
Oh yeah, that game you were talking about. Yeah. So this is week 3? You told me about this game. So what are your thoughts by week 3? Of playing this game?
Wow, it is still unforgiving. It's not as much like
you gotta
The Sims.
have more people to rough them up to keep things orderly.
Yeah, it's not as much as like The Sims as I originally thought it was.
More
I mean,
correction officers, more of them.
No, sometimes it doesn't even help because the prisoners are stronger than the officers. But it's like in The
Hilarious.
Sims, your Sims they like want to be there. Well, the Sims they don't want to be there per se, but they have like no mind of their own. They just kind of like "Duh," and they like pee themselves and then starve to death.
Yeah.
So you got to take care of your Sims. With
They
the prison,
pee themselves and then starve to death. Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Exactly what happens.
yeah, that's The Sims. But in Prison Architect, if you don't have, you need everything right away. There's no time. There's no
No
time to like design a prison. It's like you got to get those prisoners in there, and if you don't have like there's these things that I have not even started with. They're called door servos, which let you open the doors automatically, so guard doesn't. Because if too much time passes, like let's say it's time for them to get to the canteen, but the guards are too slow to open the door, the prisoners, they'll just start beating up the cell doors.
Oh, man.
And then if they break through the cell door, they'll start attacking the other prisoners.
This game sounds
Yeah,
so
it's a
amazing.
disaster.
Each week
It's
I
a
hear you talk
disaster.
about it, the more I want to play it.
I'm playing on unlimited funds mode, just because I need to get better at this before I can actually play a legit mode.
Yeah, where you don't have unlimited resources at your disposal.
Yeah, and I just I unchecked. There's a box in the beginning that says continuous prisoner intake, and I unchecked it. But it still was continuously intaking prisoners. But I just recently learned that
well,
you
Eli,
have to.
crime is your job's not to reduce the crime. Your job's to maintain the people in the prison.
Yeah, I'm gonna only start letting in minimal security prisoners, which are less violent. And
I love. Oh my God, Eli! I'm gonna download this game after the show. I gotta play
yeah,
this. This
I want to
sounds
see
so
what you
good.
can do with this.
Great.
You sold this so much to me. Over these
It's
past 3 weeks.
ridiculous. It's amazing.
Sounds like I'll never be able to beat it, but like
Yeah, I have so many
Where
cool
can I find
ideas.
this game?
It's on
'Cause I
Steam,
need it.
just on
Steam.
Steam there. Yeah, I have so many cool ideas that I want to design, but I can't even do the basics right, and it's just a disaster. My first prison, I lost it. It got taken over by the government because I did such a bad job that they have to send the army in. And then once the army's there, the army just like kills everybody.
oh my God!
And as soon as someone like starts to steal again, they just get shot, and it's pretty disastrous.
oh my God! That's
Yeah, so got to get a bit better
that's
at
so
that.
sad. That's so sad.
And hopefully by next week I'll have a little bit more to report on progress-wise. I'm not a very good warden as it is right now.
You gotta launder. Can you launder money in the game? That's what I want to know. Can you recreate the Shawshank Redemption? Can you make a guy?
That would be so cool to build that prison, but I'm not at that point yet.
Can you get that detail? Like you can. It gives you enough. Like it literally is like the Sims building type of prison. where
Well,
you
it's
can
not the Sims
choose
where it's like the
walls and everything.
3/4 view. It's top down.
Isometric, you mean?
No, it's like on a graph paper sort of grid.
Okay.
It's top down, but you can kind of see like the insides of walls. It's kind of like that Zelda sort of perspective where you can see all the walls. If like you placed one block, you could see all the walls around it.
Okay.
Kind of like
Yeah.
Theme Hospital.
Like what?
Like Theme Hospital. That really, really old game where you ran a hospital.
Quite possibly.
Never heard of that.
Never heard of
actually.
that either.
Never heard of Theme Hospital. Oh my God, you guys have to look up that game. It is fantastic.
Yeah. Well, it sounds interesting because I like simulation games.
Yeah, well, like you were just talking about like the warden and stuff, and you know all the things that can go wrong in a prison like that. It instantly made me think of Theme Hospital. You get all these patients, and they all have like these really weird diseases like slack tongue, and you have to get a tongue slicer.
Do they have
because-
amoebic dysentery?
Ew.
I don't know. I know they have like
Amiibos.
Gotta-
Gotta have
Dysentery.
that dysentery.
well,
Dysentery.
it's all like really weird made up diseases.
Oh.
Like like I remember slack tongue is caused by licking the yogurt off the top of yogurt lids.
Oh no.
Wow, that's
Oh.
a pretty creative made up disease.
Quite so.
Yeah.
But what if
I
what if
know,
this
right?
what if the secret is they're actually all real diseases?
Yeah, I don't know.
What
I
a
don't know,
twist.
But the cure was to it's this giant freaking tongue, and the cure is to chop it off in this giant slicer.
Whoa, that's awkward.
Yeah, no. The game is gory as crap after you read.
But
Like,
it's a sim game. Are you sure it's a sim game?
yeah, I'm sure.
Wait,
it's
do you
called
build the
Theme
prison?
Hospital.
The prison?
I
You mean
played
the
it back
hospital?
on yeah, Theme Hospital. I played it back on an old '98 Windows computer.
Did you
Alright.
build? Yeah, did
Wow.
you actually build up the hospital and everything?
You could.
Oh,
okay.
okay.
Because I remember you got certain hospitals that you had to buy, and then there were certain ones that you could like there were scenario ones, but you could also build like overflow buildings to where you would build the operating theater and stuff. Operating theater was expensive as hell too. And there was like patient rooms. And
The
you had to make sure
the
the
trauma from the economy of old games.
And you had to make sure there was enough radiators and restrooms and public drinks for people that were sitting in the waiting rooms for the ER and stuff like that.
Pretty much, you never had enough money.
Yeah.
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 Well, that's all sim games, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. In this prison architect, that happens a lot. Something that you should never do.
You need more minerals.
Whoa. Yeah, it is like
That
that. There's never enough funds. Like I can never like you make just having prisoners gives you money, which is cool. But as soon as the prisoners start killing each other, you start losing money. Or if they escape or something.
The thing I love is just like it's like
I
they
really
start
need to
killing
play
each
this
other.
game, guys.
They are brutal. They don't want to be there. Never build a holding cell. Never put your prisoners in the holding cell because they won't. Like as soon as they get in the holding cell, they will start attacking each other. There's nothing you can do. The holding cell is the worst idea ever. But like you get a grant money if you build a holding cell. Just if you build a holding cell, just delete it afterwards. Because there's no point having it.
Oh,
It
geez.
doesn't
That's like
do
metagaming,
anything.
like breaking the game. Like, I'll just build it and then get rid of it.
Yeah, you don't have a
Money.
choice. And you want to be all neat. Like I so want to be neat with like placing items and stuff in the rooms and with the walls, but you got to build it fast.
Just throw shit around.
Yeah, you do, and you can overlap stuff and it looks really ugly.
Oh god, I hate that.
Yeah.
That's very nuts.
But sometimes you got to overlap because when you overlap, you can fit more stuff in the room, and you just got to get it out. Get it out.
You just gotta get it out. Just gotta
Well,
get it out of
can
there.
you go back and reorganize it later?
Some of the things there's like the game is fun like 98% of the time. Like the 2% of the time where it's not fun so far is when it comes to moving things that you put in the wrong spot. There's no just move
jeez.
function. You have to dismantle or dump the object,
Oh,
and then a little worker has to come
Oh,
through the
Jesus.
prison, and
It's
like
not instantaneous. A
it's
guy
not.
has to walk over.
Yeah, you have
animation.
workers. Like the
Oh.
workers can also get
That's
killed,
like
which is
mechanic
unfortunately.
That-
It's a really
Man, they're
violent
just trying to
game.
collect a paycheck, building a toilet for some prisoner to shit in, and then he dies
Yeah.
when you got dismantled.
I could talk about all like the weird stuff about this game, but I want to say the last game that I played this week. I played the hit Zoe Quinn game Depression Quest.
Oh, you did. How
Yeah.
did you- yeah. So how did you like your basically choose your own adventure novel style game,
well,
or
it's-
choose your own outcome, pretty much?
Yeah, not really even a choose your own outcome thing. It's kind of like it's supposed to be an artsy game, I suppose.
Yeah, it is.
And it's not that fun. Not in the way that it's like about depression, so it's not supposed to be fun, which obviously it's not fun in that regard, but it's also not very engaging after a certain point because the way you have like a few options, and then there's some options that are crossed out with like a red line, which are like the positive things, which like you're depressed, so you can't choose those.
Oh, okay.
And then you have to pick from like the least bad one in your opinion, and the story goes, oh, you play as a lesbian, which is interesting.
Yeah, a lot of the hipster indie crowds, they've got to make them lesbians. They've got to make the character like super different because you can't do normal stuff,
Yeah.
which is fine.
Yeah.
I thought Gone Home was a cool way to do
Oh,
it.
are you a lesbian and gone home?
Yeah, no, but then find out someone else is.
Oh,
so.
yeah, you're a lesbian, which is
Spoilers.
Yeah, very much. You can beat that game in 2 minutes if you just go through the door behind the
Yeah,
staircase.
but you don't know that in the beginning usually.
Oh, thanks a
Right?
lot,
Like, if
Eli.
it's
No, I've watched a video.
Yes.
Left the comments and stuff.
Hey, I saw not very amazing reviews about it in terms of it's not even like entertaining, engaging.
Yeah,
game.
it's not.
A big thing I hear. It's just not.
It's a lot of
entertaining,
reading, and the story is not that good. It's a boring story, kind of. And I'm not just saying that because of all the controversy surrounding it originally. It's just not that engaging. And then you get to a point where you just don't have any choices. You just like are clicking next, or there's only one blue option, and it's like, and then I'm just skipping lots of pages to see if I ever get another choice.
Can you get undepressed so you can choose?
No, you
different
you
options?
can't get a good ending as far as I know.
Oh well,
I played it
guess
once.
that's depression for you.
It took like a half an hour, and then it ends, and she doesn't even commit suicide or anything.
Oh,
she,
that's what you wanted after
well,
all that?
yeah.
You wanted it to be like full
Well,
blown
yeah, I
depression?
wanted it to be a full blown depression.
Oh well, at this
Even though
time.
that's bad, but
like gun
it
to the
even
mouth.
does depression
or
mediocre.
jump off a building.
That's
Yeah.
an interesting way to think about it. Depression, mediocre.
Yeah,
Well, I
It's
mean,
not
if
a
you're
big
gonna
deal.
write a story, especially because it's a text-based game, right? It's like
Yeah.
visual novel. Okay, yeah, if you're gonna do that. You've got to make it, you're gonna have to make it one extreme or the other in order to make it interesting at all. And if you can't even do depression right,
Hey man, but she's been depressed, so she knows all about
She
it.
knows.
oh
She
yeah,
knows.
no.
Yeah, it's not even a good game. It's just a kind of boring game. It's a little boring. Well, it's very boring. It's sort of engaging. Like you're like, where's this gonna go? But as soon as you don't have any more choices, or you're not allowed to make any more choices, it just becomes utterly pointless. And I'm just next. Pick the one thing that I can pick.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
it's
one.
not
Yeah,
even-
the yeah. It's
Because it starts out, it's like she got
It's
lazy with it.
interactive,
She started out
I will
with
say
lots
though,
of
it is interesting
Yeah,
that
just like,
Yeah.
first I would like to see
Yeah,
more
exactly.
games
Just
about
write hits.
depression.
Just write a
That'd be real
story.
cool. I would definitely
Yeah,
love to see
I
more
like
games about
games that
depression.
have, like,
That was the one cool
things
thing about
in it.
this. Playing a different type of character.
I'd
as
like
depression.
to see more games about
It
lesbians.
seems like the
Yeah.
well, there's
Can
you
we,
know, there's,
can we
there's
get a
gotta be-
game with more lesbians in it, please?
Yeah, I got a friend
Oh,
that's
that's gonna happen.
writing
for
a
sure.
comic book about lesbians.
Awesome.
Hopefully that'll be done someday.
Yes,
It'll
there's
be-
got to be some out there somewhere. Got to be
I
some
know-
dating sim where that you
Yeah.
can that
No, but
facilitates all these
I want a
needs.
game where you can play as a lesbian, where it's just a part of the story, but you don't necessarily do lesbian things in it.
All right, then.
You know what I
The-
mean?
The Last of
Oh.
Us. There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. 'Cause
Wait,
you don't find out
what?
she's a lesbian until
Sum
that
it all up.
DLC.
Dragon
I guess
Age
that's
here
true.
again.
Dragon Age, huh? Dragon Age has that?
Has lesbians?
Oh yeah, because
Yeah.
you're the main character. Can actually be you can be a lesbian with the
Hmm.
bard, or you can be gay with the rogue.
So
And
kind of like
yeah.
Mass
Yeah.
Effect, you can just kind of romance your way into any gender type of thing.
Yep.
Yeah,
Bards
and-
sound
Okay.
pretty lesbianish.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just the
and
word
so they actually
bard.
give they give all the options, and you can
Mm.
actually end up in a threesome with both of those two, I think, as well.
Yeah, those are cool and all, like romancing in like Dragon Age and Mass Effect. But the big problem
Yeah.
with those is that romance and sex is still just not done very well in
In
No.
video games. It's always weird.
Yeah.
It's always
done,
awkward.
I would have to argue that the romance is definitely done well in Dragon Age.
Okay.
And
Is
if
it?
you want to look,
Hmm.
if you want a game with good sex scene like The Witcher 2.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
No,
scene.
I did hear that one was less
Yeah.
awkward than the rest of them. Like Heavy Rain's pointless. Don't even like all those
Yeah.
scenes are dumb. They're so awkward.
Because the
Yeah.
camera angles are always weird.
A lot of
Yeah, because they don't know how to do it. They're trying to shoot like a movie, but it doesn't work like that. It's interactive.
Yeah,
media.
because
Yeah.
their faces are so wooden normally.
wooden.
But I mean, they do exist. They're just rare, and I wish other games would take after the examples of like Dragon Age and The Witcher 2. And maybe if we could just like mix that romance with Witcher 2 sexiness, maybe we could
Mhm.
get like a decent, cute sex scene.
Fuck, I think
don't know.
dating sims debatably do romance
Yeah.
better in some cases. Most
What?
of the time they
Oh
rely
my
on.
God, yes.
Well, but a lot of them, the majority of them rely on just lame tropes.
They just rely
Yeah.
on pictures of
But
anime
that's the
girls.
charm of it.
Now, not those ones, Eli. Those ones are like just for the sex scene, not the hentai ones.
Wait,
Hentai
what are you
ones just
talking
go
about?
Straight to the end.
You're not playing
Hatty
dating
faux
sim,
boyfriends.
You're not playing a dating sim.
Yeah, like a
playing
legitimate
guys.
Japanese dating sim that you get on like PSP and stuff. Like you have to fucking romance, go on dates, buy gifts, figure out the girl's personality. Like I agree that's still not super in depth and not really like romance shown in games interactive in a way that's like
It's such a hassle to do
revolutionary.
it in real life. Why would I want to do it? It's like it's too much.
I'd
Well,
rather play a platformer.
It's easier
Nah.
in games because they're
Right.
one-dimensional,
Jump around, that's
one-dimensional
right.
human beings. That are
Yeah.
like, oh, you gave me a stuffed animal. I love you now.
That reminds
Right.
me. Have any of you
Not my
played?
girlfriend.
Have any of you played? I don't remember what it's called, but it's a porn game.
Okay.
Oh, well,
Oh.
I played a couple of those.
Yeah, you oh god, I can't remember what it is. You manage a bunch of your girls.
You're
Are you like a pimp?
Yeah.
Like a pimp.
Yeah, but I mean they're all it's
Parappa
it
the
was a
Rapper.
fan-made game, and you manage a bunch of girls, and they're all like anime girls from different shows.
Okay.
And they
Oh, so
just
it's a
have
fan-made thing
they
then.
play
Yeah.
soccer.
I want to
And
be
I'm-
the
I'm
pimp.
just- Yeah, it's a lot of fun though. Like I didn't even care about the sex after the first 20 minutes. I was just like
Probably because it wasn't that
micromanaging.
engaging. It was just like
Yeah.
they had sex type of thing, right?
You
So
just
it's
played it
not
like a tycoon game
Yeah.
after that.
No, they had sex scenes in it. It
Ooh.
was just
Yeah, but
you
see, it
were-
probably wasn't. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like the sex scenes usually aren't like oh, it's so engaging. It totally means something. It's just like oh, here's the sex 2K. Like I'm pretty much watching hentai at this point, you know.
well, it was
Yeah.
made as a porn game, so that makes sense. In
Yeah,
that
yeah,
sense.
yeah.
But I mean, it was just you guys made me remember that, and I'm like, holy crap, I want to play that again because it was really fun micromanaging the whores.
Yeah,
Interesting.
micromanaging the whores. Elena,
Elena's
removed
a
from
pimp.
play 2014.
Yeah.
Really fun managing the whores.
I think you've had both quotes of the day, Elena.
Yeah.
Yes. Well,
I'm
we
getting
did.
better at this, guys.
Yeah, all these quotes of the days. All right. So what have I been playing?
Oh.
Well,
yeah,
it has been the first of the month this last week, so I have not been playing much at all.
Oh, Matt.
I was playing some Zombie Trailer Park. It's a Flash game online,
Okay.
so that was fun. It's what I had talked about in the show many times. This is the wave-based thing where
Oh,
you
yeah,
send a wave
yeah.
and they send a wave and they push back and forth and
Yeah,
destroy
that's an
their
old
base.
game.
yeah,
Old,
I
old,
enjoy
yeah.
that Flash game quite a bit.
Hmm.
What I also checked out was I was trying to finish up Heavily Sword, but I only played it for like 20 minutes.
Hmm.
I like during the first month when I'm working nonstop, I get so tired, I just want to go home and sleep.
Yeah.
I have been playing some card games though. I've been playing the virtual version for Yu-Gi-Oh and the one for Pokemon, of course. Been enjoying the crap out of that. I did load up. Actually, I did just play something else. I loaded up Pokemon again. What did I have? What do I have? I have Y.
What's
See,
up?
that's
Y.
how long it's been. I have Y. I
wow.
played a couple of Battle Tower type
Oh,
things.
wow.
I played
Okay.
online. My Kingler wreck shit. Crab Hammer all day, baby. Crab Hammer all day.
Yeah. Just out of curiosity, real quick, did you get a demo for the new ones?
Nah, I didn't end up doing that.
Okay.
I was supposed to. And I was supposed to get all the fancy Halloween shit too, but I never took the time to do it. They sent me
Oh.
an email full of information like, here's some codes and shit. I'm like, yeah. But I didn't actually put it in. Technically, those codes should still work, I think. So I could probably still do it.
They should. And if you still go to GameStop, I think you can still get your DNC too.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, because you probably want to get a hold of that one. That's a pretty hard. That's gonna be one of the hard to get event Pokemon.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I was always been an action replay kind of guy, so getting Pokemon never been a problem because I don't do competitive stuff. So to me, it's like,
I
oh,
don't
I can
either.
just hack in any Pokemon I want, and then I can have all of them. So I don't really care about that event stuff.
But I mean, well, yeah, I'm a collector of legit Pokemon, so.
Yeah.
Like-
It's definitely one of the biggest joys of the game. It's just
Rare
I never
legit
had a fun
Pokemon.
collecting all the Pokemon. I just like to have the Pokemon I love, and then like just have
Right.
them.
That
So.
makes sense. I just wanted to know if you knew or not.
Yeah, I knew. Yeah, but people look
Okay.
quite frown upon that quite heavily in the Pokemon world. So, oh well. I don't do competitive stuff, so it doesn't really bother
Yeah,
me.
I don't care. Just don't put them on my game.
Yeah, don't put them on my game. Don't trade me your dirty Pokemon, Mac. Don't give them to me. Your Kingler's full of Krabbies.
She's like, that's funny.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I'm playing. Oh, I did watch one side note. That's kind of like playing a video game. I watched Video Game the movie, the documentary.
I did too.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Yeah. You know, I actually love the way they started it off, and they went through the timeline.
Yeah. the
I think
intro.
it's super general. Like it's not
Wow.
like super detailed. It's detailed enough, like for a mainstream documentary. I think if you were show that to not people who enjoy games a lot but don't necessarily would call them hobbyists of it, or or don't really know the lore behind it,
lore.
video games, that'll be a good introduction. So they go look at other documentaries, to get more details on certain sections of what happened.
It's funny.
Uh, the presentation is amazing, and they got a lot of fucking big people. They got people from Sony, Nintendo, Xbox in the documentary. Like Reggie's in it, for God's sakes.
Ooh.
Livy B, who is also executive producer of it, so that's no surprise there why he was in it. And some actors, of course, that have their notoriety in them, so it's entertaining to watch them.
Oh, yeah.
Overall, I enjoyed it. My only nitpick about it is I wish they would have spent some time on arcades. They really didn't at all.
Glossed over that.
They kind of they showed when they went to talking about competitive video games, they showed it a little bit in the beginning, like, oh, people used to do this for scores, and now let's talk about Quake. And I'm
Yeah.
like, okay. That's my only nitpick, but there are many
Maybe-
other arcade documentaries that fill that
Yeah,
void.
that's true.
That's why I
There's
said
a lot.
it's still a general one that I think is a good way to start off. And I just I love the way they ended it, and I think the production value is where I enjoyed the most out of it. Because I've watched a lot of video game documentaries, and
Yeah.
usually production value is not the top priority on it. And I just like, and they include things from modern games and 8-bit games and everything. The montage at the beginning was really good. I really liked it. The beginning and end is like the two parts I were my favorite. Isn't that a little weird? That was really
That's
interesting.
okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
What'd you think about it, Mario?
I thought it was pretty good. I mean,
Top
I don't
Maverick.
have whoa. I don't have any deep like insight in the movie. I mean, I kind of watched it after I got out of work late, and I seen it as just kind of seeing other people's opinions and just the deep history of video games itself. That's the reason why I watched it, and I mean, like I said, I thought it was pretty good too. I like the fact that they had like you said, so many big people from Sony and Microsoft and Nintendo.
Yeah, they got a wide variety of.
And,
I'm not
I
gonna
was
say
surprised
experts,
to see
but,
like some of the celebrities that were in there. Where I was surprised that they're gamers, But I mean it was a pretty good movie. It was very decent.
yeah, definitely entertaining for sure, no matter
Mhm.
what. So definitely recommend it for everybody to check that out.
What's it
Yeah.
called? Just video
Game the movie. It came out. It literally came out like I don't know if it was 3 weeks ago, a month ago.
Yep, you can
Okay.
catch it on
No,
Netflix. If you have
Yeah.
Netflix, it's on
For a
Netflix.
while
Sounds
now.
pretty
On
good.
Netflix. Oh yeah, the Harvest Moon I played was I think it was Another Wonderful Life. I don't think it was A
Okay,
Wonderful Life.
that was a good one for the
Yeah, I think
GameCube.
that was the one I played because I'm going by the cover here, and I'm like, yeah, it looks like it.
Okay.
That's it. All right, so let's get into some little bites.
Yeah.
A couple things I had here, unless I want to talk about more amiibo figurines. This is the
Awesome.
Yay!
Cool.
yeah. So
That
this
is
is
the newest
they
one?
showed off. I think this was today. They showed off that picture of the next. I think this is Wave 3, Series
Okay.
3 or whatever. Yeah, Lucario. You got Meta Knight. Got some Sonic there. They look pretty good. So
Yeah.
if your favorite characters in there, go ahead, buy them
Yay.
shits up.
Is that
It's Ike.
Roy?
I-
That's Ike, right?
No,
Ike?
that is not. I think that's that other guy. I don't know. I mean, we actually.
Wait a
make this-
minute.
From
Whoa,
Fire
wait,
Emblem,
which
right?
one? Which one?
Oh, that's Ike. Yeah, that's
it's
Ike.
I like Ike on Smash because he's easy to play.
Ugh,
It's all about Marth, baby.
Uh,
It's all about Marth.
no, I like.
You gotta get
Ike.
on my Smash competitive level, son.
I'm not that great at it. unless
IT
I'm
characters
playing
all day,
with, like,
baby.
Average people.
I just smash.
I just smash and Smash Bros.
Smash.
Just
Smash.
the buttons.
Next thing I kind of wanted to breeze over real quick is the Master Chief Collection. It's kind of a PSA. It's having matchmaking issues. Yeah, it's day one. Everyone who was buying it today, guess what?
Yeah.
The big reason most people are buying it, the
Is,
online to play Halo 2 online again is not working.
Nope.
Darn it. Most people are having matchmaking issues, connecting to people and stuff like that. They said that they on Twitter, people are going nuts with the hashtag Halo Master Chief Collection, and then the not working and stuff like that. So their thing, I think that let's see. Okay, the update they addressed was, we are aware of the issue players have been experiencing with matchmaking, and we're working around the clock alongside Xbox Live team to improve the situation. We also have deployed an update that shows that has shown some improvements. There we go. And we continue to optimize the experience. The update deployed to matchmaking was done on the server side, does not require an extra additional download to Xbox One. I like how they say that. After downloading 20 gigs, trust this guy, you don't have to download anything else.
Yeah.
Well, that's nice. And it's their top priority. So, I think this is a good bring this up because this is another example of big games where a lot of people are buying it, a lot of people are flooding the gates, how the infrastructure is still not ready yet to handle an influx of crazy shit. Look at Drive Club. Drive Club is still fucking down, so who knows why even Drive Club wasn't working. So Drive Club's down, Xbox is still having trouble. So this is an issue across all systems and platform.
That's why. I have
And
a
Xbox
PS4.
usually handle things a little better. So, just sucks.
Kind of makes you wonder.
Yeah, well, we're just not ready for that whole let's devote everything to server stuff just yet.
We're not
Yeah.
worthy. No,
Especially
probably
in
not.
America doesn't even have the bandwidth to handle most of that shit to
That's
download
true.
all that.
Well,
Mhm.
Wonder how long it took some people to download that 20 gigs. Usually Xbox Live is pretty efficient. It downloads way better than Sony still.
It definitely does.
But yeah, that's a lot.
Mhm.
So maybe we're just not ready yet for these, fully big games where people are just flooding in day one. The infrastructure just can't handle it just yet. Man, can you imagine how many people must have been flooding in? Man, this game must be selling like hotcakes.
Delicious.
Hotcakes. Next one that I had here. I'm going to do the last one first next, actually. Tony Hawk Activision console game for 2015.
What?
Tony Hawk on his Twitter. Let's see, I'm going to have to bring up the Twitter quote here.
Mhm.
Yes, I'm currently working with Activision on a console game for 2015, along with a new mobile game. I think
Sweet.
fans of Tony Hawk Pro Series, Tony Hawk Pro Skater Series will be
Yeah.
hyped. Tony Hawk, November 7th.
No peripherals. Don't want to see
So
no
this is-
skateboard with it.
So pretty much by saying what he said, this confirms it's not that mobile game that they already
Okay.
were talking about.
Oh,
It is literally a full console release. So
Nice.
what do you think this
Cool.
guy's could be? Do you think it's wow? Okay, if he says the Tony Hawk's fans will be really hyped for it, it
Yeah.
makes me assume it's a new Tony Hawk game.
Yeah.
well, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I was a huge fan of Underground. I mean, I loved Pro Skater. The Part 2 was my favorite. I like the story of the original Underground. I played for the GameCube. If he kind of goes back to those roots, I'd love it. I'd definitely get it.
yeah, Underground was my favorite too because at the time after going through 4 Pro Skaters I think it
Yeah.
was, it's something that had a story and it was
It
the first
did,
one that had
yeah,
a
it
story,
was
which it actually took me for a loop, so
Yeah,
it made me
you had
really
that-
attached to it.
Gosh,
Yeah,
I
you-
don't remember all that.
Yeah, you had that Nemesis, that guy you always wanted to. He was a cheat basically.
Yeah, he's an asshole.
He was a freaking dick.
He's a dick.
But like I said, that I think if they go back to those roots, I mean,
That would be cool.
it would be pretty awesome to see something like next, the new gen kind of Tony Hawk
Yeah,
game.
I have no idea how they would innovate it.
I wonder if they'll use like what's that game face? How EA's got
Oculus Rift and
yes.
Morpheus. Yeah,
Oh my god,
That'd be cool.
awesome.
Oh, that would be cool.
that would be interesting.
Yeah,
So you would need a
Embarrassing.
board then.
But you'd have to know how to skateboard in real
that's
life.
true. Yeah, yeah.
It'd be really.
Scratch
I don't know how
that.
they're gonna do it.
Scratch
At all.
that.
Something I can do, guys.
Pretty funny idea, though.
Yeah, my feelings out about it is I really don't know where Tony Hawk sits in this type of game world. Yeah, we have a bunch of fans of it and stuff, but honestly, that's why I was really surprised he's talking about a full console release because besides like a core group of fans, I don't see how it would be successful.
Well,
So it makes me
skateboarding
think
games.
it would have to be something very minimalistic they're going to be making.
Yeah.
An art game about skateboarding.
Art game. Like I don't think it will be a AAA type of title. Well, then again, it is Activision, so we'll see.
As long as it's fun, who cares?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If they just remade, like they already remade Tony Hawk in HD pretty much, but if they just redid another arcadey skating type of game, do you guys think you would buy that?
Yeah, I mean, if they add
Yeah.
in the online competition, that'd be pretty sweet. Like playing other people.
I know they did the
And
last. I want
I
to say
think that was Skate that did that.
well, Skate did that, but actually,
Yeah.
Tony Hawk Pro Skater 4 did online stuff too. I think.
Did it?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
They used like the PlayStation 2 and stuff. Like you could make your custom like areas and then put it online and stuff.
Yeah,
Like you only
yeah.
bring one other person in.
Yeah. They should
I
have,
guess
like,
that I would like to think there's some kind of online functionality.
yeah, they should have like an X Games.
I don't know. I
kinda
just don't know where
competition.
Tony Hawk actually just lives in this day and age. Like Skate, I think was the last game that really innovated and made it like the control scheme
Yeah.
make more sense and it looked good. But even Skate, stopped doing it. I just don't know where it sits, and it'd be very interesting to see what
Well, I
they
think
can do something
people-
different.
People, I don't think it's that small of like a niche or market or whatever. People like skateboarding games.
Yeah.
I know it's not the 90s anymore where skateboards
Or
are like the
early
biggest.
2000s,
Yeah, or
yeah.
early 2000s when skateboards are like the greatest thing ever.
I say I think they just have to do something. I just don't think
Oh,
they could
the
re-release
90s.
arcadey.
Yeah.
That's just what I think. I don't know. It's really rough.
Make
yeah.
some new maps.
Make some
Of-
new map.
No, this is a-
I think I have to wait and ride that one out, see what happens if it doesn't get released and everything, because that's toughy.
Add
Yeah,
all the
sure.
tricks. All the new tricks, like the new developments in skateboarding
I have not followed
tricks.
the skateboarding scene since like 2005.
Well, every once in a while I see
so-
like a video. It's like someone did a 10,000 and like
a
they're just-
10,000.
I don't know, but they're just spinning around a lot.
What is that?
A
Yeah.
10,000.
They spin around 10,000 times and they create a black
I have
hole
no
around their
idea.
body. It's really cool.
Next little thing here that I had on here. Indie company Digital Homicide issues a false DMCA claim. All right, so you guys don't know. Jim Sterling, who does this Jimquisition series and everything, on his personal channel, he released he does a series where he plays the first 10 minutes of the game blind. He doesn't know anything about it, other than like what the cover looks like probably, or just that basic metadata information.
Oh!
He pops
Okay.
it
I
in.
know what you're talking about.
Yeah, he pops it in and he just plays it. The raw first. It's not a
Wow.
review. It's not anything. It's just like him playing it. Obviously he's gonna say good things and bad things about it.
Yeah.
It's definitely for entertainment purposes. I think he hams it up a little bit, but not really. So pretty much the maker of this game then took his video and went over it in text and said, "This is what a dumbass reviewer says when he doesn't understand or plays more than 5 seconds of the game
Oh,
and blah blah blah."
One of those happened.
This is what happens when an asshole critiques the graphics that you work 20 hours on and everything like that. So he
20
did,
hours is not a long
well,
time.
I just it's not. I'm paraphrasing. He didn't even.
Sounds
Really,
like
I don't
a
even think he really
terrible
said most.
Yeah.
Of it, but
20
he
hours
said,
is like an MS Paint drawing.
yeah. Well, the game did look really bad. You could debate he used MS Paint.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
so that's pretty much what it was. So he did that, and then he posted it on his Steam forum page in the Steam store, his video, and then everyone saw it. Everyone was giving him like shit, and people also behind him. And then in the end, he actually submitted a DMCA claim to take down the video. The big issue of this is that it's another indie developer trying to. I agree. Wasn't criticism of the game, but he was trying to censor bad content or bad showing
You
of
gotta
his game.
stop doing that. You gotta make better games. If your game is bad,
Make better games.
eventually people are gonna
Exactly.
play it and they're gonna realize it's a bad game.
Yes,
you can't
accept
hide it
feedback.
forever.
The one thing I've got to give AAA developers, they've moved on from trying to fight back for a long time. Like they're like, all right, we got to take the critique. It's good like that. We just got to move forward and keep making
They're like,
money.
we've got so much money.
But
it
indie
doesn't matter.
developers, obviously, I can understand because it's one guy. In this case, I think it was one guy. I don't know. I don't know the story behind this game, like how long it took to make it. They get more personal about it, and they take on their little rage hats, and they're oversensitive. He was probably an somewhat oversensitive game developer from San Francisco.
Yeah,
That's how they always usually are.
they seem to be.
And you got a little pissy about it, and then he made a little video to make fun of Jim Sterling, and then he did a false copyright claim on it.
Yeah, serious business.
Yeah. So this again, indie developers.
What's the game
First of all,
called?
this YouTube guy has more followers than you ever have.
Yeah,
And he
more
has
people
an
that will
audience.
buy your
And
game.
if you take down people who have an audience, you're going to get a big backlash. And it's business suicide. Just don't do it.
Don't
Take
do it.
all forms of critique. And fuck, man, he's just showing your game. No matter what, somebody's going to be like, hey, even if it was that game looks shitty, I want to play it because I think it's bad. Then
Yeah.
they'll play your game and they'll buy it.
They'll send you money just
You know
to
what I
see
mean?
how bad this thing
Yeah,
really
so
is.
fucking guys, just don't do this shit. And it's always these indie developers. This is back to that whole, what was it called? Fuck, it was the DayZ clone. It wasn't like DayZ, but they changed their name to Infiltration
like
Survivor Story or something like that. I don't remember.
Okay,
Yeah, so it's just back to those days.
those days.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's kind of my thing about it. I don't know. Do you guys think he has any right to claim on this type of video?
No.
Yeah. It wasn't even a
Yeah,
review. That's the weird
but-
thing. The guy was making fun of it in his video, saying, "Oh, this is when a reviewer doesn't review a game properly, or only spends like 5 fucking minutes doing it, whatever." Right?
Yeah.
It wasn't even a review. It's literally his series where he takes the first 10 minutes and just plays it.
What is the name of this game? Is it Digital Homicide or is that the name
No,
of the
that's
series?
the name of the company.
Okay.
I don't even remember what the name of the game was, to be honest. I do not remember the game at all. I don't even want to say the name of the game. I don't even want to give him any kind of support, even from our small little show.
Yeah,
Mm.
tell me
Oh.
after the show if you
Yes.
know.
Yes, I will let you know.
Okay.
Yeah, but,
Yeah, so those are all the little bites I had, unless there's anything
Okay.
else you guys want to mention.
I don't know
Ooh.
if we've gone over it or not. I don't know if anybody knew about it, but I did hear that a Warcraft movie is in the make.
Oh, yeah, that's the same one that's been in the made for a while.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
it's
just
that
wasn't
same one
sure.
that they announced forever ago. At
Where's the
BlizzCon, they did a
proof?
shit ton of like interviews and shit. So we got a lot. If you guys are interested in that, go look at BlizzCon covers. They did a whole panel, and you get a lot of nice new information about it. They
Is-
released a cast list,
Is this supposed to be like a live action film?
live action mix of CG.
Okay. All right.
Pretty much fully CG though, to my knowledge.
Yeah.
If you want more information, guys, go check out that BlizzCon stuff.
Okay.
We'll be talking about BlizzCon later. Actually, it's the first news item, but we're not really talking about the movie. It's more of the game stuff.
Okay. I just didn't know if that we knew that or not.
Yeah,
Right.
it's been like
That's
that. They announced that years ago, but now it's like first real information. Last BlizzCon, we have
Okay, I got
a fucking cast list. Some of the casts we know now. That's nice. All right, let's
Yeah,
get into some news of the week then.
It's time for gaming news.
Laugh. That laugh.
That laugh.
I guess I'll start off with the first news. The squid.
Finished it.
She finished the squid, guys. Here, just show the squid real
Yes.
quick.
Show it.
Yeah, show the squid. She finished it.
Awesome.
Oh, look how cute it is.
It's like a
Oh, I want one of
loofah.
those for my kid.
Aw,
A squid
it is
loofah.
cute.
They're only $35.
Yeah.
I've got them in purple, green, candy corn.
Candy
and
corn. That's
I have
awesome.
an angel and devil one too.
You made a candy
That's so
corn one.
cool.
No one likes
Yes, I
candy
did.
corn though.
How do you make
It's
candy?
adorable.
You made it like shape of a candy corn?
Or just the
no,
colors.
I
Just
mean,
the color- like the multicolored-
It's bright neon orange with a black frill,
Oh, I
and it's
see.
got candy corns applicated into its head, like the design
Applicated.
So yeah. So anyways,
Ah.
that's news of the week. We now know the news of the latest plushie
Yeah.
coming out of Loading Craft Crew. So
Get
there you
on
go.
that. Buy that.
Here. Hey,
So BlizzCon overview. BlizzCon had a lot of announcements this past weekend. A decent amount. The big one is Overwatch. It's the first new IP from Blizzard in fucking 17 years. They haven't not made a new IP in forever.
Damn.
The rumors are this game spawned from the leftovers of them canceling Project Titan. Because apparently Project Titan was going to be like a bazillion genres in one in addition to be MMO. So one of the subgenres apparently in that was a class-based, I'm sorry, for sake of convenience, I'll say a class-based shooting game. So pretty much is a game like TF2.
TF2.
You pick a hero. They're calling them heroes in this. And then each hero has a, they're not calling them class, they're calling like, I should think they're calling them heroes, like something like that. Each class has a specific hero power, everything like that. So it breaks down to like you're a big guy with a hammer who makes engineering equipment. So he becomes as a defense. So their big thing is like defense, offense, tank, and like support. Like those are like not the classes. I forgot what the word they're fucking using. Let me see if it's in this article here. Nah, I know they don't say that. So that's the big thing. It's supposed to be a mixture between a Team Fortress type experience and a little bit of elements from MOBAs brought into the mix. What I like about it is that it's going to be a 6v6 type of scenario. And they showed off a cinematic trailer and a gameplay trailer when they first showed it, which is really wise of them. Because most people see cinematic trailers like, oh, I don't know shit about this. But then they released a gameplay trailer and it looked fucking awesome. I think this will be very interesting. When I was watching what streams I could watch, because I didn't buy the Blizzard ticket, a lot of like minor celebrities were playing the game and streaming it. It looks very interesting. It's going to definitely come down to team-based type of scenario type stuff. And the maps look interesting. It seems to be based off of... It's not like it's like a futuristic world set in our world, but it's still fantasy. So they had like an Egyptian area and an Asian area and stuff like that.
Cool.
And the heroes look pretty interesting. Like I like the one tank guy. The engineer guy. I'm calling him engineer because that's kind of what he does. He builds things. He's very much he's a human, but he's like dwarf size, so he looks like a dwarf, and he has like a shield and hammer, so he looks like a dwarf.
That's cool.
Definitely interesting game. I don't know where. I think the big thing for this will be how will its pricing structure come out. Will it be free to play? Will it be this? Everything like that. Because when we live in a world of Team Fortress 2, which is like the ultimate free to play first-person shooter, or at least class shooter, it's going to be really tough to fight that off. And lost your mic there. Yes, have you guys seen anything about it?
I've seen the cinematic trailer.
So what'd you think about it? At least our art style looks actually fucking good. Like to see something.
Yeah, it kind of reminds
something
me
that looks
of
good from
something.
Blizzard looks really. It looks nice. Like something new. Like they've. Like with Heroes of the Storm, that was the same StarCraft 2 engine, so it looks a little old, a little samey. But this one's a new fucking game, new engine, and everything. It looks so good to me.
Yeah, I saw the part where there's like a gorilla guy and was protecting some kids, and then he's like, I gotta do this thing now, and then he's gonna shot at, and then there's this cheetah villain lady, and I think she was a cheetah, and then there's an Australian girl or something, and then I was like, this looks kind of cool, and then I stopped watching it though.
Yeah, then I stopped watching.
I haven't yet to see it. I haven't seen it yet.
And do you guys think that another Team Fortress type of game could survive in this type of world, or would you guys want to pay for that type of game, or do you want it to be like free to play?
Yeah, it should be free to play.
Hopefully, we'll do better than Brink or whatever that one game was. That was supposed to be like Team Fortress.
Garbage.
Yeah, I think that anything from Blizzard is gonna be gold, no matter what.
Yeah, it's hard for me to criticize them. They literally shit out gold. Like, I can't think of
I have yet to hear anybody that really thinks that Blizzard can screw too much up.
Like, other than, debating the balances and things they've changed in World of Warcraft, I can't really think. In terms of a game they fucked up, I can't really think of anything.
Because they haven't made anything in a while.
There's a very wide community of complaints there, too, when you're talking about World of Warcraft.
Yeah, that's other than stuff like that, I can't really think of anything.
When you think Blizzard, you just think, wow. That's their ad right there.
Right now, I still think that, yeah. I also like to think you think StarCraft, too, but also, it's other things.
Yeah, it's Blizzard. They're like tier... I don't know. They're
tier
like the god.
-1, higher than tier 0.
Yeah, I know. It's just they
or lower.
Can't do a whole lot wrong. They have done
really
so
good.
much as far as MMO, and even with their old Warcraft games, Warcraft 3 especially, Frozen Throne and all that shit.
The Frozen Throne.
The ice cold toilet.
The ice cold toilet. That's a good one.
Excellent.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
Sweet.
Other thing, the one cool thing, the MOBA aspect they're bringing into it, the way it's different than a MOBA, in terms of the way that there's no creeps or anything like that. You're not killing minions to build up your experience to over up time. You're not leveling up abilities per se. All the abilities are preloaded in, and they don't get stronger. So each character's ultimate was actually pretty interesting. Their ultimates represent their characters pretty much, the way they work. The one guy was able to bring out like 1,000 different hands and do like a massive amount of damage, and then that ultimate just has a cooldown and you get it back again. It's not like you had to unlock abilities while leveling up and everything. It's just they have the things they took from MOBA were the ideas of just like it's first-person shooter, then they each have special abilities attached to that. That'd be interesting because having I think there have been MOBAs that had first-person aspects in it that had this type of like first-person shooting gameplay. Like the things that I could think of are like Monday Night Combat, Super Monday Night Combat. I played the shit out of Super Monday Night Combat. The game was so fun. So if they can have the same type of aspects like that game had, that'd be really cool. Or at least that's what it looks like to me. And I Blizzard I think could do it right. I totally think that. Oops. Next, clicked the wrong thing. Next thing, Hearthstone. It's getting a new expansion, a full-blown real expansion. The next thing's going to be Goblins versus Gnomes. And it'll be released in December for PC, Mac, and iPad. Also at the BlizzCon, they also kind of semi-announced. It's all the same. It's all the same news.
Yeah, we thought you
It's
were
all
in
BlizzCon.
news.
It's all BlizzCon news. That's why it's
Okay.
all in one section. That new expansion is going to be interesting, I guess. Just more more pools in the card is always in the card. No more cards in the card pool is always nice. The one thing about digital though, the one thing I've noticed that when a lot more people are playing less Hearthstone, it had a big rush, and then they made their like mini expansion, and it started petered out a little bit. I think one of the hurdles they'll overcome is that because it's kind of a problem with any TCG really, that when they come out with expansions, you kind of like, especially in the digital sense, you're separating your community. Because at least in a physical card game form, you have a physical card, and there's more incentive to keep up with it with your strategies if you're competitive. In digital, it's like after a while, people are realizing there's just so more and more cards. And they're like, well, why do I need to keep buying more cards? And then eventually, they'll be like, some people will be left behind. They won't want to invest, especially if it's like a free-to-play type game. So I think this will be a weird hurdle for them to get over. Because this is really the first digital card game that's been successful that's doing like an expansion type thing. Like I know Hex is around and all the other people. And you can debate how good Scrolls is, but yeah, that'll be an interesting hurdle for them to get over.
At first, I thought Scrolls and Hearthstone. When Hearthstone came out, I thought it was Scrolls. I thought they were the same game.
That's hilarious. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
Also, they'll get mini announcement. Apparently, it'll be coming to Android finally. It took them forever. It's weird they got it on Mac before they... Actually, no, because they always made games for Macs beforehand, Blizzard, so maybe it's not.
Perhaps.
Yeah. Perhaps. Next, they had Warcraft movie information. Some of the actors were announced. Let's see. And the characters in the game. They're going to be there. Let's see. I don't know any of these people. I do not know my World of Warcraft lore, so I don't know any of these people.
Okay.
But in terms of
I
actors...
can tell you.
Yeah. You just got to open the document and read it off. You got it? No, you don't, do you?
Oh, Elena.
Elena, do you have it?
Have what?
The document open so you can read the names
Exactly.
I have
off?
it open. Where is the?
You got to click on the news article. Live, real, and raw.
Okay.
Raw and
All right,
unprotected.
one
Yeah,
second.
so while she's doing that, so what do you guys be excited from the World of Warcraft movie? Apparently, from what I do know, this is going to take place like at the beginning during the first war, so
Is it going to be like...
we won't see, to my knowledge, we won't see people like Thrall or anything. But
It's not going to be in
Yeah.
theaters or anything, right?
it is. No, it's going to be, it's an actual, it's a real movie, like the Avenger type quality. Apparently that it will come out
That's
March
crazy.
2016.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty
I
far
hope it
off.
I just hope it doesn't
Really?
bomb like
Okay,
Dungeons
fine.
and Dragons did.
Dungeons and
I don't
Dragons
think.
movie.
I think we're in a post-nerd world where they
Okay.
take those movies serious now.
Yeah.
Like, look at the Avengers, like highest grossing movie to my knowledge, or
Yeah.
second.
But
I think Avatar still beats
that's
it.
true. Yeah.
Characters.
Yeah.
Is Lothar who I think he is? Is that?
Yeah. Who are these people? Is this the first
Andrew
war
Lee-
type stuff?
Hold on a second.
she's-
Hold on a second. Let me do a little research. Keep
All right. So
talking.
okay. So you'll do research and we'll come back to that. They tried to let's see some behind the scenes stuff they showed. The team has tried to do the movie differently in different ways before, but they've never comfortable with how it was working out. That's why it's been taking so long, I bet, because they announced the shit back in like
It's going to be CG?
09. Yeah, it's gonna be pretty. It's gonna be, to my knowledge, it's both, but it's
Live
gonna be
action
mostly
CG.
CG.
Okay.
Like it's not gonna be like Smurf, where it's just the Smurf characters walking around. Like the worlds are gonna be CG.
Will there be any pandas?
I assume. I actually don't know because if it's taking place during the first war, I don't think
Yeah.
the Pandarians are around.
Where'd they come from?
I do not know. Where's Patrick? Patrick, why weren't you on this show? God damn it.
They came from China.
Yes. Next, they announced some Heroes of the Storm information. The closed beta starts on January 13th, 2015. And let's see. It summarizes the info coming to BlizzCon for Heroes of the Storm. That's about it. That's all, yeah. There'll be a draft mode. No duplicate heroes allowed. Coin flips to decide who picks first. No heroes banned initially, as that will make the game feel longer. They'll have ranked play for 2 separate leagues. So pretty much they're trying to add some type of ranking system that makes sense. I hope they fix that because I don't like the way that it works right now. Because the way it works in Harvest Storm, Heroes of the Storm. God damn it! There's too many like HOTS games that Blizzard has. They need to stop acromating their games up the same.
Yeah.
The way it works right now is that you have a hero that levels up in the game, but then you have a total level ability that you pertain. So if you personally don't level up, then you won't have all the abilities on your characters. And if you switch characters, then you got to redo it all over again. So I don't like that. I think the ability should just be available in the game when you're playing, and you don't have to level up yourself just to get abilities and get better ones. Especially when they objectively don't add the best abilities. Like they'll give you a shitty ability on like Arthas, like a super stab ability, but then they'll give you an ability that does like AoE damage and then kills people, and then summons minions, and that one's just objectively better. There's no reason to like use the other shitty ability. But they always start you off with the shitty ability, so I hope they change that. Yeah, and apparently they'll be adding a penalty system too where you'll be flagged and blah, blah, blah. So they're trying to make it more, add some of that competitive stuff in so people don't feel like it's just a game about fun when it pretty much is.
Okay.
My opinion. Yeah. And those are the big stuff that came out of BlizzCon. Overwatch was the biggest thing by far, and I'm super excited for it. Is it any information up there, Lena? Like, where is this taking? Like,
yeah,
first,
okay.
who are these guys that they're going to be playing?
Okay. The, Lothar, I believe, hold on a second. Alduin, Lord Anduin Lothar. He's basically, I think he's the King of Stormwind, Supreme Commander of the Alliance, Lion of Azeroth, Knight Champion of Azeroth, Regent Lord of Azeroth, Champion of Stormwind, Knight of the Realm, King's Champion, and Last of the Arathi.
Ooh. Very
Oh.
what a title. Yeah.
Yeah, lots of flippin' titles. Yeah, King Varian.
Oh, this is the guy from Warcraft 2.
Yeah.
I now know this guy.
Ogrim is Argrim Doomhammer, the war chief of the Horde.
Oh, I know that guy now.
Yeah, Doomhammer. I mean, and
Oh, okay.
we know Gul'dan too. He's a warlock, shaman. Hold on, destroyer of dreams.
Oh, Gul'dan. Okay.
Yeah, Gul'dan and let me see here. The Oracle Medivh. I don't remember him from the game. I don't remember his lore very well. He's a prophet. The Oracle, the Accursed.
Yeah, from everything I'm reading, like it looks like most of these characters are from the First and Second War. So I think my theory is correct that it's going to be taking place during the First War. Because I remember reading that like months ago that it's going to be during the First War. So don't expect to see like Arthas and shit like that and blah 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 blah.
No, yeah, but I do know some of these people. Durotan is the chief of the Frostwolves clan.
So this could be interesting. Hopefully it turns out pretty
Lady
good.
Taria. Who's Lady Taria?
No idea.
I know that name, Khadgar.
Who are these? This actress looks like she could play it really good.
Okay.
Cool stuff. All right, so let's move on to our next news item.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I know
Elias,
now.
take that one away.
Okay. How Mario Kart 8 is handling DLC. I'm so flustered by how I can't read well. We know Nintendo is dropping Mario Kart 8's first wave of downloadable content next week, and some concerns have been raised about how the company might be handling it. I saw this tweet floating around.
Yes,
floating
Eli
around.
himself. I forgot to change it to make it more general.
Okay. According to Nintendo, the Mario Kart 8 MK8 DLC will work online, but it won't be available as an option if anyone in the room hasn't purchased it. Oh, that's kind of lame. But makes sense, I guess. But I know Mario Kart 8, like it scrolls through like everybody chooses the map they want, and it has to get selected. So it's not like the DLC is going to get picked every time. So I feel like that could be like you still would want to have it if you want to play the DLC. It's unfair in my opinion. According to VentureBeat, characters from the DLC will appear to other players who haven't paid for the DLC. That's encouraging.
Yes, it's quite nice.
Yes, it's like, look what you don't have. Ha ha ha. You can't play the maps, but you can look at this person's character, which is weird. You just can't experience the new tracks. which seems pretty reasonable. This is not my writing. I think
I know.
it's
I got
unreasonable.
it. Sorry, I forgot to change it to make it more general. Sorry about that.
They're the equivalent of new maps. Okay.
Yeah. So so DLC. I always had this theory that I feel maps should be free because it's especially in the PC world when you make maps behind a paywall, you divide your community.
Indeed,
All right.
I'm divided.
So yes, in this case, you go online, fun stuff. You won't be able to play the new maps. You'll still be able to, the other players will still be able to pick their DLC characters. You'll see how cool their DLC characters are. It might encourage you to buy them.
Maps.
But you won't be able to check out the new maps in the playlist. Apparently, they will adjust. I also heard that part may also not be true, that they're going to attempt to make it so that they rotate the DLC maps in online if somebody picks it, which would be the smart way to do it. At least allow to cut people out completely. Like, let's say your guys, like you said, Eli, they're selecting the maps, and the DLC guy wants to go over to select the DLC map. Well, if it's blocked out, he can't choose it because other people don't have it.
Yeah, and you probably want to be
That's just a bad
playing
way to
online.
do
Yeah.
it. So if
it
Nintendo's
is.
smart, they just really need to think it over and just say, hey, when you're online, everything goes. Just like, you'll be able to see the other characters. Well, when we make playlists, people can just play the DLC, and you'll be able to play it.
I wonder
And
if-
that'll be smart too, because it will entice people to maybe buy it so they can actually play it on the local level, you know? Because those new maps are obviously going to be good and well designed and entice people to buy it. So why not they do that? I think that's just an old gaming thing to do.
I wonder
DLC.
if like
I was hoping they wouldn't make some of these mistakes. 'Cause I just don't think
Yeah,
maps
you
should
would
be
hope
put behind a
that.
paywall like that.
Have they mentioned any of the new characters, new racers, or?
It's the
Do we know
same
any of
DLC stuff that we already know about.
Oh, okay.
It's not. This is the DLC. This is all the other stuff that's coming that we knew about.
Gotcha.
Well, I just want to say, I wonder if like when they make these really awkward bad decisions like this, if this is something that they're not even really deciding, but they just kind of never thought about it at all.
Well, this is Nintendo's. This is their first time in years they've done free to play or DLC type stuff. So I was hoping they wouldn't make these mistakes. I just figured that.
I don't know.
They
Like,
just shouldn't make this map mistake. Like the character stuff works fine. Just make the maps when you're online. If someone picks it on a playlist or something like that, or someone picks it, just let all the players play it.
Yeah.
Which they still have, this could still be fixed real easy with a patch. Like everything's not final. This is stuff that people are wondering how they're going to handle it the best, and hopefully that is the way they go about handling it.
You know, it'd be funny, but not a practical idea at all. Is if they really didn't want them to see the maps, they could just have like that constant ink blot thing come up on the screen. So it's like
That would be a very funny
so
way
you're
to handle it.
handicapped.
Right.
Funny way to
You
handle
kind
it.
of get to see it.
That'd be very funny. That's about all I had to say about it.
All right.
Indeed.
Okay, next news item. Let's see. Rockstar retroactively strips content from San Andreas. Steam updated its version of GTA to a lot a lot went wrong and got cut. So,
Okay.
if you guys know, the HD thing came out
Yeah.
for Xbox 360 and everything, so you could play it nice HD and stuff. And originally that was just the mobile port, apparently. So what happened is when this happened, guess what Steam did and Rockstar did? They updated the PC version. What happened? The update was a couple different things. I have a list here.
Yeah.
But before I read off the list, what I heard is that resolutions were changed, content was stripped out in terms of music in the game and stuff like that due to licensing issues, which is it's normal. GTA is a heavily licensed
got a
game,
lot
of
and when they
music. Yeah,
licensed
definitely
that
is.
music back in the day, it was for the physical medium. It wasn't for in the future. We're gonna also make it digital and stuff like
Yeah.
that. So so if they can't afford to repay the licenses, then when they put it out there,
That's
they
true, I guess.
get stripped. So those are the big things that happen, but there's a lot of stuff that happened too. So I'm going to go down the list here. So it added support for X input controllers, such as Xbox 360 and stuff like that. Steering with the mouse is now enabled by default. So for people don't like that shitty way of controlling, it's the default way, and it takes a while to get to disable it. And then when you disable it, the camera is able to move around with the mouse. That's pretty much how that handles that. Removed several songs of the owners, seem to be the same song, so they removed a bunch of songs. Other issues that people have reported that the missing resolution, you can no longer play it at 1080p, so you can't go into it and change it. Yeah, so that sucks.
Awkward.
Yep. Next, mouth oddities, which you've always been able to issue with the VC alt tab. I actually don't know what this is.
It has to do with alt tabbing and Steam.
Yeah, I think so. Always has been an issue with 3, Vice City, and San Andreas. Alt tabbing out of games and back and fixes most of the time. So,
Okay.
issues with mods. Apparently, when they updated the mods, like the hot coffee mod patch and stuff like that was taken care of again.
Yeah.
The new version had a compatibility issues with certain ASI loaders. Silence have already updated the loaders with the same versions. Okay, so pretty much standard stuff when things get replaced. The mod stuff I'm not surprised because literally it's a different version. Like to my knowledge, it's the mobile version that got uploaded, not the Yeah, I think that's a big thing.
There?
No, I'm reading that. I'm trying to read this.
Okay.
I'm trying to make sure that's that. Okay, yeah. So despite what Polygon's reporting, this isn't the. Okay, so it's not the mobile 360 version of the game. This version was only available for. Oh, so this is a separate version completely. Okay, that's what it is. I just wanted to make sure there. So that's what happened there. So there you go. So it's a separate version that only came out like that. That sucks. That's really weird that Here's the thing. Here's why I want to talk about this, because let's think of it this way. Yes, this is San Andreas. They had a licensing issue. Let's say you pay for this game on Steam forever ago, like 2 years ago whenever it came out on Steam. Now that you bought a game and you got everything you got from it, 2 years later, they do an update and you lose functionality and content in the game. But you still played that full price. It's an interesting topic to bring up because in this case, it's just like soundtracks and some certain, functions that are getting lost, which maybe they could fix eventually, but they're probably not.
Yeah.
'Cause the whole reason they added this shit in is to, get rid of some stuff. What do you guys think about that? Like later down the line, your digital game being updated due to like licensing, or maybe even just like the developer knows to change something, and then you are forced to change and everything like that just because it's on a digital platform.
Updates making things worse, nothing new. But I guess in a game,
but in this
it's
case,
a little
you're
bit
losing
new.
actual features and content in the game. You're losing music. Like this is just music this time. But what if they update it and you lost half the cars in the game? You lost the ability to make your character fat. You lost the ability to shoot certain guns.
And then they turn it into a Facebook game, and it stinks.
Like that's like those are even like more features. Like those are features that I feel are more important than losing the music.
I would say it's definitely a point in the why not to go digital side.
Man. Like I wish laws would catch up, because in British and the UK apparently you're covered to an extent on digital goods. Like they can't like literally take your goods away, and you actually can own your digital goods.
Yeah.
In America, it does not work like that. You're paying for a license agreement to play the game. It's kind of weird.
Yeah.
No, our copyright laws are total bullcrap.
Yeah, they're not even
gone
updated
through.
really to handle this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're very old.
Well, they're not updated to handle a lot of things. I've with the artist alley stuff and everything, and trying to keep up with like what I'm allowed to make and what I'm not allowed to make. I mean, it is absolutely insane what
it's quite
we
crazy.
do not allow in America as far as copyright laws. You realize if you make a Batman costume, and just for cosplay, just for your own personal use, you make a Batman cosplay, and you wear the Batman signal logo on it, that is illegal, and they can technically sue you for that.
That's crazy. Do you
they
think they
can.
would? Would they though?
No, they probably won't for normal people because there's no money to be made from it. But when costume companies do it, then they'll probably pursue that because they have money they can get from them.
No, they don't do it because they realize it's stupid, but the law states that they are legally allowed to sue you for wearing their logo.
Yep.
That is where our copyright laws are at right now.
Yeah. Which, in terms of the physical space, I kind of agree with it. It's just that because no one's gonna come after you, but it is interesting thing because there's not like it's so generalized that there is no set guideline for when people make their own costumes and it's fan stuff. It is all just clumped under. Well, you made it. This is like that. I don't. That's the part I disagree with.
But they come to your house and they break it.
Yes, they come to your house and they break it. In terms of digital goods, that's where I think we need to really evolve and like digital goods. We should be able to own that data. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which, again, it's an iffy subject. We have to figure out laws that are fair for both the developer and the people buying. Because I understand, like, oh, you own my data. Well, I guess they can still retain copyright in that data. You can just own it. It was so much easier physical media. You know
what they could do, which they won't do because I don't have a clue how law works. But if someone has like Batman in the game, instead of like the people that own Batman or whatever coming to attack the person that put in the game, why not just like have the system so that money just comes into the Batman people? It's like, oh, someone put Batman in a game and they just start making money. Well, why does it have to be licensed?
Kind of how it works now. It's just you got to relicense it. You just don't automatically get to do that.
Like if someone notices Batman, like I wish that the lawyers could just be like, they could just flip the money tube over and send. It's like so they get to keep all their money, and then money gets to go to them too.
Mhm.
That plan was
I
kind of
would
proposed
prefer
for like
that.
YouTube videos. Like instead of it just being taken down, like it should just auto. Like when here's one thing, when people are doing podcasts on there and they have like a 10-second screenshot or a 3-second clip of a video they want to show to added visual
Yeah.
expression there. Like let's say we were talking about something and I want to bring up the picture here. Well, technically speaking, well, not the picture, but let's say it was a video of that.
Okay.
It could get claimed on YouTube. So some people were proposing that instead of the whole video being claimed and all the money go, how about they just break it down to how much money you would get from that? Like the idea for that 3-second clip, that a whole 4-hour podcast, the copyright owner deserves to get all that money seems kind of ridiculous to me.
Yeah,
so
it's
the
ridiculous.
some YouTubers were proposing that just give the money for that 3 seconds instead of the whole.
How much money was made each time someone views that 3 seconds?
Yeah, something like that. Like
That
so,
could work.
that idea reminds me a lot of that. I don't know how that would work for games though. I think licensing is still the best way for it to work.
Yeah, oh gosh, I don't know. The problem is once you start allowing all that, how many people are going to take advantage and sell?
But well, yeah, that's
their
what I'm saying.
games?
It's a really rough situation. You have to figure out a law that's fair for everybody.
Well, money
Like
would
going
just
back, let's
to
go back
them.
to the physical realm, like the whole costume thing. Like we still, I understand that sucks for a normal person, but right now, obviously, they don't go after you. But let's say they wanted to. Well, there would need to be the way they figure out the law, how that works. Just at what point is it reasonable for it to be like expression of love for fandom and parody and blah blah blah. Like they probably already set up for the costume world at least, but in terms of like if you relate it back to that, like we got to find a way that works.
That was my point. Is that it's not set up. They just don't do it because they realize that it would be stupid and that people would boycott them for it.
Yeah. But in terms of translating back to video games, like the idea of we had to figure out what, in a digital sense, is fair enough for the developer, for the consumer. 'Cause I feel the consumer should be able to own their data. I should be able to take it off Steam, put it on a disc because I bought it, But no, I don't have that freedom. I pay for a license to play it on their system now. That's we got to find a medium there because I understand where that could be abused. I could then sell it to people and blah blah. So I had to find a way to do digital stuff. It's a hard thing, man.
But once you buy something, it should be yours. That is my true. I mean, the less you do that, I'm not trying to say that we're heading towards socialism or anything. I'm really not. But I mean, it really does. And when you start doing that kind of shit, it really does feel like there is no freedom in what you're allowed to have.
Yeah, the consumers lose out on a lot of things. They want to own the media they bought. It's really rough in the digital age. I wish we had a point where we could figure out what would be fair for everybody.
Wait, what's that have to do with socialism?
He wants to know specifically why you think it has to do with social.
Yeah, which part?
Because it's just more and more going towards the lack of freedom towards everybody.
Being a
Socialism
dirty
is-
commie.
Oh yeah, that whole
Yeah.
thing, communism thing.
Hit that America.
Hit that America, yes, America, boom,
Yeah.
America, fuck yeah.
I did-
Yeah,
I
communism is
didn't
an
like
interesting
to think
thing.
We were going towards that, but I mean, like that kind of what that's part of that would be part of a socialistic system.
Yeah,
Is oh hey, you don't actually own this, we own it, and we allow you. The government owns it, and we allow you to use it.
Yeah.
If the government owned Batman.
yeah, if the government owned Batman, that'd be funny.
Well, in a socialism environment, they would own everything, and we would just use it.
Yeah,
Use it.
yeah, you definitely gotta find a medium ground that benefits everybody. That's the big thing, because you gotta protect the developers at some point. They gotta they gotta know that they're like,
Well,
yeah, that's what the originally copyright was supposed to be. It was supposed to be fucking a shield, like stuff like that. Because
It
back in
would
the
be,
day, there was
yeah.
this thing like, oh no, we can only have blacksmiths teach blacksmiths because it's an industry secret. If everyone knows how to make blacksmithing, then we will lose out on everything. No, copyright's there to protect shield. You'll get credit for the ideas, and everyone can do blacksmithing and learn the art and do stuff like that.
True.
I know that's a very weird comparison to make, but that's what copyright was supposed to be. But a lot of people, it's not really used like that, So that's why if I wish laws were updated with digital stuff. And right now the UK is really the only people that are fighting for the consumer side of things. So hopefully we see more of that in the future.
Indeed.
It really would not be that bad if the original copyright holders weren't so greedy about their own IPs.
Yeah, a lot of people are like Disney. Like, let's go back to Disney. They're the ones who made the what was it? A couple of years ago. I don't know if it was 10 or 8 years ago. I actually don't even know when it was. Remember they went to I think it was like early 2003 or 5. The Mickey Mouse was going to go, public domain, and they lobbied hardcore to extend and they won.
Like,
They
whoa, no way. Yeah, I think Disney could still be allowed to make Mickey Mouse. They would just be like the official Disney. They would just be like,
Yeah,
this
but
is
that-
the official Disney.
But I remember
Mickey
when that
Mouse.
happened back in the day. Like, oh god, thanks Disney for making that period of time longer, so things go less public domain quicker.
Yeah, it's stupid because people, as long as you still
They didn't
have
want to
your
lose Mickey
company.
Mouse. They didn't want to lose
Seriously.
Mickey Mouse. They didn't because they knew everyone and their mother would put Mickey Mouse in everything.
Yeah, but it's
so.
about who's going
Yeah.
to use Mickey Mouse the best. If Disney can't use the
I
best,
agree with you.
Yeah.
but
Disney
they,
shouldn't
you
have
know,
it.
Like greed.
I mean,
you know, it's a
who
business.
Who knows?
That's part of the
Could write a better
problem.
cartoon.
Like, we're so dead set on keeping all of our IPs and our copyrights and all this and all that. And it's not so bad, but I mean, what I really, really hate is trademarking. Because under the
Trademarking.
trademark law is
Hey,
that if
King.
somebody- Huh?
They copyrighted candy. I mean, they trademarked candy in the video game mobile world. Yeah, let's do a candy game jam, guys.
Okay.
Yeah,
That'd
I
be
mean, if you trademark something, then if you don't defend it when you do see it being infringed, you actually lose the rights to it.
Yeah, I would definitely want to look up like trademarking history and stuff because I want to know why they decided to go with that route. I really would like to
I
know.
don't know.
That'd be very interesting to look
I
up.
looked up the laws for my own personal business uses and stuff, and it's freaking messy. It is
Yeah.
so messy and ridiculous. And I mean, there are people that are okay with certain things, like Blizzard has gone on record saying that they are okay with like 2D fan art, like drawings and stuff, but they don't allow any 3D anything made of them. Like I can't make Grom Hell Scream pillows, but I can draw him and sell him as a print. They're okay with that.
That's weird.
Yeah,
because
I
they have
know,
previous deals for with other manufacturers to make pillows. That's the only reason.
Mm.
That's ridiculous,
I mean,
though.
it's not even that,
Yeah,
I don't really
it's
think
business.
a lot.
It's the brand. It's if it's stamped with like Serva making, I don't know who makes pillows. Then people will be like, okay, we can guarantee that this is going to be a quality product. But if like Elena's making pillows of the same character, they can buy that too. But it's like we don't know who this is, but we can still buy her pillows.
Yeah, it's muddy stuff. Like
You just gotta
Batman.
stamp it with your if your brand is strong. Everybody should be allowed to have the thing.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
muddy thing, man. It's a muddy area.
Yeah, I mean, it's really kind of weird. I mean, I know like Square Enix and Disney, because they follow Disney suit, I guess, because of their whole Kingdom Hearts thing. Square, you cannot make anything of Square anymore at all. I mean,
If
they used to
it's-
be
if it's
okay with like
Square,
fan
no.
art and stuff, but
Not
now
even
they're
the
like,
shape.
no, we'll show your ass.
Yeah, you can't do a square. That'd be funny. Well, moving on to our final news item. We have Nintendo Direct highlights. Elena, you should take
Yay.
that one.
Okay, let me.
Click on the link and go over the stuff. They know how much you
Okay.
love the Nintendos. Yeah, so in November, they had the Direct last week. I think it was the 5th. And they went over quite a few things. One of the biggest things of course, Elena, was the first thing on the list there, which is, oh my god, that Zelda game that everyone wants to play now.
Smash Bros. For Wii U Direct of Nintendo Direct. I lost my words. Reveals a ton of new content.
Was Majora's Mask was the first thing.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, Majora's Mask for 3DS, which we already kind of knew because the Target spoiled it a couple months ago. So, I think it was like a month or two ago.
I think the website might have changed it because it is definitely not the first thing on there.
You have to. I just sent you the link. You're supposed to
you
click
did?
on the title, yeah.
Oh, my
Then
bad.
they did went over how Amiibo works type thing. So they, along with that, showed off how you put it on your thing like this, and also how it will be working a little bit for Mario Kart. And the next game it will work with is Hyrule Warriors. Link will work with Hyrule Warriors, which I don't know what will be transferred over from game to game from that, but it will be doing that. And also, Captain Toad's Treasure Trackers will also work with the Amiibo figures. Again, we don't know what they will do. The biggest thing with the Amiibos is that I'm not interested in what it does in each individual game. Only like what do I get from moving from game to game? Because right now the biggest thing, like it works for Smash, gets your stats and stuff like that. Like what will it do in Mario Kart? What will it do in Hyrule Warriors? Because I think that's what will make or break this. Yeah, people like figurines, but how it interacts with other games.
Yeah.
That will be
Transferable
really
content.
interesting. What else would you like to see from the Amiibos?
You should go.
Go for
Okay.
it. You can go first.
What? I'm sorry. What was the question?
Oh, what would you guys want to see?
Amazing.
What do you guys want to see from the Amiibos? What do you hope, like from game to game? What would you want to get from them?
Oh,
Uh,
yeah, you go first, Mario. You
yeah.
seem to like amiibos.
Well,
Well,
I mean,
Mario's got
not-
super experience with NFC figures. Let me tell you, he's all up in them Skylanders.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. That I hardly know anything about amiibos, to be honest with you.
I thought you did.
Well, there's not
yeah.
much to know. They're figurines
Yeah,
that
they're
will
figurines.
work with
and
games.
they-
We
yeah,
don't even know what.
So is it kind of like Skylanders?
Yeah, you
kinda
put it
thing?
down in the thing, and then it will do something in each game. The only thing,
Okay.
the most details we have is what it will do in Smash. You
Nope.
put your it will remember, like the Mario character will remember its stats from what you did before, and it will
Okay.
level up. That's the most details we have about what it'll do with Smash. But in terms of the other games, they just said
Okay.
it'll work with these games. We just don't know what it'll be. Also, Mario Party 10, I forgot to say that,
Ooh.
and Yoshi's Woolly World as
Ew.
well.
Oh, okay.
So what would we hope to see? What would we want for them to do in these games?
I just thought of something that'd be cool.
Oh, what would you want to
Uh,
see?
Is if you could like put the characters next to each other and connect them at like a port or something, so that they kind of like Dragon Ball Z fuse together, and you get like hybrid characters.
What game would you like to see that in?
Oh, Smash or something. Just
Yeah, that'd be
just so you
pretty
could
sweet.
mix two characters together, their abilities together,
Yeah.
and they would get
Maybe
a
like
different
their
model.
maybe their final smashes or something.
No, I mean everything.
I don't see how that would work inherently in Smash
Well,
Brothers.
Well, do they now in Smash the Smash Bros? Do they have like well, I mean, obviously they have the 2-on-2 battles now, but coming off from what he's saying, if they were to do something like that, there could be like a combined like power move.
Yeah, I'm thinking
to
like
kinda
maybe you
finish
should
them
combine the
off?
final smashes.
Yeah.
Smash is perhaps.
Other than
Yeah.
that, I don't know how you would combine moves in Smash. Like it doesn't work mechanically. in
Can
that
you,
game.
Yeah, that's true.
How backwards compatible are these amiibos? Like, could you
backwards
get
compatible? What do you mean?
like could you use your amiibos for Super Mario Galaxy and play as Link in Super Mario Galaxy or something?
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Maybe you
That
know what?
would be
They
pretty
could maybe
neat.
patch something in like that.
Yeah.
Is that what you would like to see?
I would like to see like
Yeah.
play
So
as
pretty much
different
you want to see
characters.
with
That'd be
older
so cool.
games. You want to see
That
them
would be pretty
implemented
awesome.
with older games, pretty much.
Yeah.
Was there Super Mario? There wasn't a Mario Galaxy for the Wii U. Maybe Mario 3D World.
Oh yeah, the Wii U.
Yeah.
3D World.
Yeah, 3D
Yeah,
World.
you have to think a little bit more
Yeah.
later than that.
Darn. So
yeah,
it's,
that's you're a little behind them. Like
It's
Mario
not-
Galaxy. It's not going to work with the Wii. Only the Wii U.
I thought it could. I thought
Nah,
it could.
I don't blame you.
Okay, I'd like to see it work with the Wii. That'd be
All right.
sweet.
Maybe that. Hey, I know that won't happen, but that'd be cool. How about you, Lana? What do you hope to get from these things?
I want different costumes unlocked for different characters in different
Ooh.
games.
Costumes.
Like, let's say.
Like-
That'd be pretty.
Oh,
cool.
like all right, maybe if you like you play
Oh,
Yoshi's
that's a
Woolly
good idea,
World,
actually.
you have the figurine,
And then
you put it
yeah,
on.
and then you can like put a Marth costume on Yoshi.
Oh well, I was thinking something.
That's
kind of
like
that.
mixing them together again.
Yeah, I was thinking
Ah.
like once you beat that game, then if you have your figurine, you can transfer. Then when you put it on the Smash Brothers, it'll become the Whirly World version of Yoshi. That's what I was thinking. But
That'd be
sure,
cool, too.
maybe
Oh,
that
yeah,
too.
yeah.
Why not? Hell,
Yeah.
how about this? You beat Whirly World and you use the Mar figurine, then you put that and you select Yoshi and it'll put the costume on there. You know, that could be interesting. Like if you have a different figurine and you pick a different character, maybe it'll put that costume on. So you mean something like that?
Yeah, because like I would love to see like Mario dressed up as Pit or something playing the game.
Yeah, and Kirby can't have
Be
all the
cool.
fun taking over sucking people
Yeah,
up.
that's true. Kirby's been an amiibo
All
for
right,
years.
I can see,
basically.
I can see the
Yeah.
benefit. That'd be interesting. Like if you have a different figurine, you pick a different character in another game. Like that would be interesting. Maybe. I could
I
dig
just
that.
I thought about it because with Bayonetta they showed her in like different Nintendo costumes and I'm
Yep,
like,
yep.
Yeah.
you know what? I want more characters to be able to do that, and I think the amiibo figures would be a really cool way of implementing. Because I love fun costumes on my characters. It's kind of a big deal to me.
Yeah, a lot of
So I
that's
was like-
very popular.
Yeah, so like if I'm playing Hyrule Warriors and I'm playing as Zelda, I would like put my Samus amiibo figurine and have her dress up as Samus for the rest of the fight or something.
Interesting. Yeah, that
Yeah.
could be a cool way to do
Mhm.
that. Me myself, it's not something I'm super interested in. Like I don't know, like beyond stats, like I like the idea of that costume changing thing. Like that could be a sub level thing. But in terms of more detailed, like more in depth stuff, you could see. I don't know. It'd be really tough. Maybe if like you have a high level Yoshi in Smash Brothers, then you bring it over to Woolly World, and maybe your Yoshi in Woolly World can perform a move earlier than you would unlock it later. I don't know Woolly World if it'll have different abilities per se, but let's just
Yeah.
say it does in this case. Like you unlock an ability that makes your tongue twice as long. Oh, that's not what's in the game. Just an example.
Or like
Ooh.
gives you
Maybe
a
instead of
power
unlocking
boost.
that when you're like halfway through the game, you get it right in the beginning. Like I only can think of like that surface level stuff because with Skylanders and Disney Infinity, the magic of those things is the idea of you put it on the portal and the guy's in the game.
Yeah, that's
Like
cool.
that's the magic of that type of technology, for at least in the
But
game
now we're
world
doing
that I'm used to.
cross-game figurines instead of just single-game figurines.
Yeah.
a little bit more complicated, and every game is different and they work differently. So probably more like bonus content rather than.
Yeah, like beyond, like I can't
direct.
see what they could do like game changing wise. Like I only could see it as bonus stuff. Like maybe that's
Which isn't
enough.
a bad
Maybe that's
thing.
enough. Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe that's just enough.
'Cause,
The
I
one
mean,
thing,
they're really cool figures and stuff.
yeah, the cool thing about Mario, I bet you would love. I mean, Top Maverick. It's easier to call you Mario.
Yeah.
You should
That's
just wear a
not my
Mario
name.
hat when you do the show.
I know, right? Just come
Um,
and help get up.
So, like, the one thing you might like about this, the thing about the amiibos is, well, they're more cost effective because with Skylanders, it works with one. It
Jesus
works with one. It
Christ.
works with one game.
Yeah.
At least with the amiibos, it can work with multiple games.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what's really cool.
And what's awesome is my son does now have a Wii U, and he just got the new Disney Infinity Marvel superheroes.
Yeah.
And I mean, since he's gotten, I mean, because he's got the Skylanders, he's got the Infinity, and I mean, it's I've spent so much money on this, and I mean, it's pretty, like you said, it's pretty good. I mean, it's these amiibos can work for different games.
Yeah, so at least you get some value out of buying
Yeah,
one figurine. Like
exactly.
you're not buying one figurine and you need to buy 5 more just to play one game,
Yeah.
Yeah, that would not be so good.
Mm.
Yeah, I have
But,
dreaded Joanna getting into these things. I really have.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she will eat them up.
Probably.
All right, next one, Elena. What's the next big news that came out?
Wait,
Of
there's
the
more
Nintendo
news?
From the after the
more
amiibos.
Nintendo
You guys don't have you guys don't have digital things. Like when
Mario-
they're bullet points, I can't fit 30 bullet points on a sheet.
Oh,
Sorry.
okay.
Guys,
the
use your
next
fancy
item was Mario
smartphones
Kart.
or get
Right.
tablets. I don't know.
Where's
what to
that?
tell you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
too
next
late
item
for
was
that.
the Mario
Alright.
Kart 8
Put this
DLC,
away.
but I think we already talked about that.
Oh, we didn't say the release date.
Yeah. Oh yeah. All right.
That's
the
the
first
news.
batch of DLC for Mario Kart 8 will officially release on November 13th.
Woo! We're gonna have Link.
Awesome.
Yeah. And Cat Peach and
Cat
Tanuki Mario.
Ooh.
Tanuki Mario.
Yeah, Tanuki
I know, I
Mario.
can't remember
Nice.
And even then, it's
And a bunch of tracks.
What is he driving?
featuring Legend of
Any of the.
Zelda.
I don't think he
What?
has a proprietary car. It's just the ones in the game.
8
Oh.
courses though. That's a lot of tracks.
Yeah, like like I said, Nintendo's doing it right. At least they're giving you a lot of content. It's nice.
Oh, that'd be cool if you
F
did that.
Zero
Yeah.
level, like that Excitebike level looks really cool. I like it. Oh,
I'm gonna have
gold.
when we get a Wii, I'm gonna have to pick that game up.
Yeah, it's a
Every-
must buy.
Yeah.
Next one, I'll take the next one. Ultimate NES Remix has been detailed. If you guys remember the NES Remix games, well, pretty much I did take old NES games. They give you like a little mini challenge within the like collect 30 coins, pop this many balloons, and what was it, balloon fight or something.
Mm.
Metroid kill this many enemies. So now they're going to be making a more ultimate version of that. We'll be able to do stages from 16 NES games, including Super Mario Bros. 3, The Legend of Zelda, Metroid, Excitebike. Ultimate NES Remix will provide a handful of gamers with quick fixes to challenge and nostalgia. Purchasing a physical or digital copy will unlock exclusive Famicom theme for your player's 3DS system. So they have more of that coming. Lovely.
Let's see.
It's doing tight. Next one, Elena. You can take the next one. We'll just go back and forth. That way it'll work.
Duck Hunt coming to Wii U and Virtual Console.
Awesome.
Yeah. You use the. It's gonna be weird not being able to use the original gun, but you can use the zapper. You can use that zapper attachment. Remember that? You
Yeah.
can use it with Link's crossbow training.
Yeah, it did not work.
It's just the Wiimote and a piece of plastic.
Yeah, but
you
still,
know?
it was. I don't like it. It's terrible.
Well, hopefully they get it to work with this. Like, if that's the way you're gonna do it.
It was
use the
also
Wiimote.
wasn't they also used it for the Call of Duty when that came to the original
Any
Wii?
game, any Wii game uses the Wiimote.
Yeah.
So yes,
Mhm.
just you could buy that
Yeah.
piece of plastic to make it
That
more
cost
like
you
a gun.
$20.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
could just tape a spatula to
my
it
mom
instead.
bought that just so she wouldn't stop losing the Wiimote.
Oh, I figured she would buy the balance board for yoga or something.
No, she doesn't have time for that crap. But my little sister kept hiding the Wiimote
Hey, man.
so she couldn't buy it.
If I had time to do yoga, I do it. Keeps you limber and fucking.
And spry.
It's better. It's better than
Yeah,
stretching.
my
Just do
mom is,
fucking
like,
yoga.
40-something.
It is stretching.
She doesn't have that flexibility anymore.
Aw, come on. You're never too old. If she starts it up, she'll be flexible
She'll
again.
break her hip off, Matt.
Yeah, she
Oh.
has sciatica. I don't think it's gonna work very
All
well.
right, well then she's fucked. I don't know what to tell.
Okay.
Damn.
I don't even know what sciatica is. I think that's an eyeball disease.
Kirby and the Rainbow Curse info. We got more Kirby and the Rainbow Curse
man.
information.
Hey, Kirby! He's so
Yes.
cute.
Kirby and the Rainbow Curse will hit physical and digital stores on February 2015. They elaborate there'll be a 4-player co-op mode in the couch co-op mode. Players can spread out to collect items separately, or have a, let's see, what is this? A Weedle-Dee carry a Weedle-Dee? What the hell is a Weedle-Dee?
You wrote it.
I never played. By the way, I never played any of the modern Kirby games. I didn't play
No,
that.
Waddle-Dee's old. It's like the
Waddle-Dee?
first little enemy, the little.
Oh,
brown
King
guy with
Dedede?
white green face.
Talking about King Dedede?
No, the little brown guys with the green face.
Oh,
and the
that's what
little
those things are
eyes,
called?
they don't have mouths.
That's what those things are
Those are
called.
Waddle-Dee.
I'm sorry, my Kirby lore is bad. I called it the enemy in Kirby.
It's
That's
a
what I called it.
Waddle-Dee.
That's funny.
That's what I called it. I called it the enemy in Kirby. Wow, so that's what that thing is. All right. We'll be able to carry Kirby around, allowing the gamepad user to focus on drawing lines. So there you go. That's cool. While other players can carry Kirby to the goal.
Cool.
This game looks actually really fucking cool. When I saw it, when I saw some footage coming out of when E3 was going on, oh man, that looks real fun.
Yeah, anytime a Kirby game comes out, you're like, this looks fun.
Yeah. My one problem with it, the only nitpick I had with it when I was watching it, is you're looking at the gamepad most of the time. Like, I don't really see the point of it being a TV game. Like, you're never looking at the TV. You're going to be looking at the pad the whole time.
Oh.
Yeah.
So maybe
Well, it'll be one of
for...
those ones that you play off TV and your parents shouldn't watch the movies.
Yeah, I guess that'll be nice. Yeah, it'll be easier game to do that for. We'll do it with that. Yeah.
That's true.
Project STEM details. Also, let's see. So Project STEM is the latest 3D game from Intelligent Systems, the all-star crew who have produced the Fire Emblem Awakening series. Oh. New characters' abilities were shown off, including spoilers, the unlockable Abraham Lincoln.
Cool.
The tactical strategy game features a unique art style. Is set in a alternate reality steampunk Victoria England styles. Say that five times fast. I was reading
That I
it.
can.
I already forgot what you said, so I
Yeah.
can't.
Project STEM looks really interesting. I like the
Oh my
steampunk.
God.
I like the
It's
steampunk.
It's IS. I'm buying it. It
Yeah.
doesn't matter.
Yeah, I like
this.
this steampunk theme to it. Looks really interesting. And the Fire Emblem guys, you know, I like to see what they can do outside the Fire Emblem world. I think they've made other games, obviously, but I just like, you know, that's their...
It's a tactical game still, so I mean,
Yeah.
tactical strategy game.
Steampunk.
Oh god.
You know, I think it's just that I'm most interested in the steampunk environment stuff.
Steampunk's cool.
Yeah, steampunk.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen anything about this?
Nope.
No, I have
but
not.
I
It's
want
really
to.
interesting.
I know what I'm doing after we get off tonight.
Yeah. Oh, you're gonna look up some Steam videos?
Oh, fuck
Stem,
yes.
Steam,
oh,
Stem,
I am all
Stem,
over this bitch
whatever.
already.
Beep boop.
Stem deeds. Theme, stems. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, really interesting. Really excited for that. Let's see. Of course, they're gonna have a bunch of stuff. It's some, you know, the big. What I also like that it's not in this. They talked about having themes on your 3DS and stuff now. I like the themes a lot. I think it changes up the look of your ugly home screen. In my opinion, I don't
Yeah.
like the home screen of the Wii.
Yeah.
I mean the 3DS. I mean, sorry. So also, breaking news.
Whoa. Right. Literally. is
Amiibo,
news
yeah,
being
just
broke?
now. I'm
Now?
reading it right now.
Oh.
Update. Amiibo packaging will have protective bottom layer, so you cannot scan the figurines. Aw, shucks.
We need to build better scanning technology
Yeah.
to counteract
sucks.
Nintendo's smart move.
So if you guys just want to pick up the figurine, scan the information, put it on your own chip, well, guess what? You
Can't
can't.
do
You
it.
have to buy the figurine. Now, to rip off someone else's data with already bought the figurine, fuck yeah.
That's true.
That kind of ruins it a little bit, but hey.
Yeah, a lot of
Can you
kids are
imagine
gonna
a
be crying.
person does it in Smash Bros. They made a level 50 carrot. They leveled up their amiibo figurine to level 50. They're like, well, I don't want to do all that. I'm going to scan his data.
Yeah, you know it's gonna happen, like with kids especially, and probably some old
kids are
nerds.
bitches. They steal their shit.
Yeah, they're gonna be so
Yeah.
mean.
The Action Replays has a whole new market to figurine
Oh
scanning.
god, that's.
Or
oh
fuck
my
yeah,
God.
emulating. There'll probably be websites where you can just download data for your own figure if you just want like maybe hey, maybe if this bonus content is that good, maybe you just want to download some shit just to unlock the bonus
I
content.
see it now. The black market of the amiibo stuff.
Yes, of the amiibo data. Ooh, so cool.
The viruses, amiibos.
The virus. Yeah, maybe people big viruses. That'd
Yeah, I
be
saw
cool.
that.
That'd be cool.
Yeah,
I
that
should think
shit.
that'd be cool. All right, and that's news of the week.
Yeah.
Awesome.
All right, so we're gonna just move to gaming spotlight and quickly go over the new game releases that came out this week.
All right.
Sweet.
Sweet, yes. Alrighty, so we got some new releases that came out this week. Go ahead and drop
All
us
right.
some knowledge there, Top Maverick / Mario.
Yo.
Drop
New
us some
game
sick. Let me give you a
releases, yep.
sick beat. Hang on.
All right. Multi-platform. Multi-platform. Multi-platform.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Well, we just.
All right,
Is it fun when you degrade yourselves like that?
Oh.
Yeah, very-
Okay,
yes,
so
GLaDOS.
what we have coming out for the multi-platform is Assassin's Creed Unity, Digimon, All-Star Rumble.
Digimon's still a thing in games?
I
didn't know this.
Yeah, me either. Lego Batman 3 Beyond Gotham. Yes.
Sounds awesome.
Retro City Rampage DX and Assassin's Creed Rogue. Now for the PS3, we have Pro Evolution Soccer 2015.
Oh, wait, that was a multi... No, see, that's only for the PlayStation 3 and 4, to my knowledge, so that's
Okay.
why I didn't put it multi-platform.
Got you. Okay. PS4 Nano Assault Neo X.
This one
Um,
sounds interesting. I wonder if that's a re-release.
Sounds arcadey.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
does. Definitely does. And Terraria? Is that
Terraria.
Terraria?
Yeah, finally
It
came to
wasn't the-
PS4.
Okay, yeah, I seen
Yeah.
that actually on my.
It just hit this week.
Okay, yeah, because I seen it in my shop. Wii U, A World of Keflings.
What?
That's
Okay.
that's a really good game.
What is the Kefling?
Kefling?
Yeah.
It's the little
Maybe
people.
you'll find out.
Disney Infinity 2.0 edition, now on eShop for $19.99. Flap and Zegata, that's also on the eShop for $4.99. Pier Solar and the Great Architects.
That sounds pretty
Um,
cool. Sounds
Am
Illuminati
I,
like.
am I supposed to be reading these?
Oh, you don't need to read the prices.
Okay.
They're references. They're
Okay.
references in case
Okay.
we're like, well, I wonder how much that is.
Got you. Okay. Planes, Fire and Rescue. I'm definitely getting that. I love that movie. SDK Paint. We also have Sports Ball.
I want to Google what sports ball is
Usually
right now.
it's
It's
so
an eShop for $9, so it might be an
sounds
older
dirty.
game.
Yeah.
Might be an older game, so obviously I'm not an old game
It's fun to do.
aficionado.
Yeah.
Let me look that up while you're going there.
Okay. Sonic Boom, Rise of Lyric. Super Mario Advance. Was that the one that came out for the Advance?
That is the advanced game, yes.
Got you, okay.
What's nice about the prices they give away, kind of, because they do the same pricing for all the advanced and game stuff like that. Yeah, that's the one that was on the Game Boy Advance, to my knowledge.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, they've been doing a lot of old stuff like this. Yeah, this sports ball.
Mario game the GBA.
Yeah, there was.
Yeah.
I totally. I'm gonna
Well,
double check right
that
now.
wasn't Super Mario Advance basically Super Mario for the Nintendo, but remade for the Advance, right?
I think you are correct.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, you are correct. I am looking at it right now.
Yep.
Yeah, it was pretty much Super Mario 2, but made for the Game Boy Advance, like you said.
Okay. And also the Swapper. For
The Swapper, I heard
yeah.
of before. That is an interesting game, if I remember correctly. I'm gonna Google that right now.
okay.
I remember good things about the Swapper. Next one, well, the big one for
Xbox
Xbox
One.
One. We all know what that is.
Halo Master Chief Collection.
Bum-ba-da-da-bum-ba-da-dum-ba-da-bum.
Now moving on to 3DS.
Like that's all we need to say.
Dirt, you're done. You're screwed. All right.
Guys, if you like Halo 2, there you go. Buy
Yes, that's the reason why
There you
I want Xbox One. All right, 3DS, Kimono Mix Plus, Nintendogs plus Cats.
I'm gonna save you some time. They released all the Nintendogs plus Cats games.
Okay.
There you go.
Oh wow, yeah.
Planes, Fire and
Yeah.
Rescue, Pokemon Puzzle Challenge, Pokemon Trading Card Game Safari Quest,
Mhm.
Shuttle Rush, Sonic Boom, Shattered Crystals,
Mhm.
PS Vita, Get Off My Lawn,
Get on my lawn.
Senran Kagura, Bon Appetit,
What the
Tale-
heck is that?
That was
Bon
good.
Appetit.
That was good.
Tales of Hearts R. Now for the PC, Amphoria,
Yes.
okay, Chariot, Deadlings, Rotten Edition, Deadstone,
Dessert ashes.
Desert Ashes, okay,
Yeah.
Global ATC Simulator.
Oh my god.
I think that says desert, right? Isn't dessert
De-
two S's?
Yeah, it's desert.
Oh, it's desert. Whoops.
Yeah,
Whoa.
dessert.
Whoa.
They burned the dessert.
That was me. That was me then messing you up. Sorry.
Yeah. Okay. Magnetic
Funny.
by Nature. Oni
cool.
Kira, the Demon Killer. Randall's Monday. Smash Team. Space Hawk Ascension Edition. The Sun and the Moon. Toy Box Turbos. Valkyrie Chronicles and Why So Evil.
Why so evil?
Valkyria Chronicles. Yeah, I'm surprised they teased that for wasn't that 2 weeks ago, Eli? We were talking about that.
Which one?
Valkyria Chronicles coming to PC. They have that out already. I thought they were just working on it, but no, they got it out there already. So if you guys like your JRPGs from PlayStation 3 era,
okay, I remember.
Yeah.
Vaguely.
apparently I hear nothing but
here,
fantastic things about this series. Like apparently it's that game. Like it was a very good game on the PlayStation 3. Apparently, makes me want to check it out. Actually,
It's on
Alright.
PC, so
I like
it's very
JRPGs. Did you guys ever play that one, Mario Elena?
Valkyrie?
Valkyria Chronicle?
No,
Valkyria?
I've heard of, actually.
Yeah, wow,
I'm
crazy.
gonna have to nab that one when I get some extra cash. I'm gonna have to wait a while.
Also, Global ATC Simulator. That is a game where you're a flight traffic controller and you have the bloops and you have to manage planes coming in and out and everything.
I would suck.
That actually looks really cool. I'm not gonna lie, that sounds like it'd be really fun to play.
Sim games.
Like
Shit,
traffic
man.
See, sim games are really fun for an hour or 2 or 3 hours.
Yeah.
I enjoy the shit out of them in short bursts, but then I never want to play them. Maybe I'll stop them for a couple years and go back.
You got to be kind of weird to be playing Omni Truck every day.
Yeah,
for,
and dude, in that
life.
train simulator from last week or 2 weeks ago, what is it?
It was
Oh,
last
I want to
weekend.
get that too.
You want to get that Subway one?
Yeah, it
Why?
looks so cool. I
Did it
missed
look
out
cool?
on the 90s
I
and
didn't
early
see it.
2000s. I missed out on a lot of good fucking simulating
You wanted to
games.
play those though? They're so
Yes, I
boring.
did.
You
They're
just
so
you
cool.
make the train go and then you make it stop.
Think about it. I can do
It's
all the
stupid.
cool things like being a taxi driver, being a train driver, and not risk dying or being mugged.
Yeah.
I guess unless it's a real simulator and that happens every once in a while.
Give me all the cash in the register. Wait,
It's like-
sir, I'm on a train. Stab.
Right?
Oh.
Yeah.
On a
Someone,
train,
someone
sir.
poops
Very
on the
interesting.
train.
Someone poops
and,
on the
like
train.
you got to go clean it up.
Right.
Yes.
The graffiti.
Yes.
Stuff
And
like
that's
that.
going to be no cool game of the week this week, but that's Gaming Spotlight.
Oh.
All right, now for
Oh,
my
yeah.
little, I guess it's kind of a rage rant, but not
Okay.
really.
What is this?
So press F to pay respect. So have you guys heard about this meme?
yeah, it's funny.
So pretty much in the new Call of Duty,
Okay.
they always do these scenes where you are forced to do something. Remember, you had to go shoot people in the train station or the plane airport or whatever in the one game and everything. You had to go play through these dramatic acts.
Yeah.
Well, one of the things they try to do to get some emotional stuff across, and after the beginning of the game, you go through a battle with some guy and your buddy dies.
Yeah.
And then it fast forwards to a funeral and you're at his funeral. Now, the way that what's funny about this is the game makes you it starts you off the canvas. You have to press F if you're on the PC or X if you're on a console or something
Okay.
to pay respects. So the game forces you to stand there until you press the game and put your hand on the casket. The game does not progress unless you do this. So the big thing people are talking about is they're showing how this is a bad example of them trying to force it emotional in there, trying to because it's kind of gimmicky because a game is supposed to be interactive. So if you interactively do things, you're supposed to do it. But what's weird about this is that if you don't do it, the game just doesn't move on.
Yeah.
So it's been a really funny joke that you got to press F to pay respects.
Can you walk around and stuff? Or
No, you just gotta stand there.
I don't know if you can. I think you just got to stand there. Yeah, I don't think it lets you walk around.
I'd be
even.
that dick would just stand there and then take the game back. And the guy's like, "Why'd you take it back?" Well, because I was a dick and I didn't feel like pressing X.
I didn't feel like pressing X.
Like,
to
I
pay
don't.
respects.
I don't respect.
I don't respect him. I knew
I
him
am
for like
anti-military.
5 minutes.
Have a really big rant when you get back into the game store. Make the
Yeah.
local news.
So the reason I want to really talk about this is that it's a big budget game that tried to force this emotional moment on you, and I think other games have done it better in the past. Like even though I give bad critiques on this scenario, 'cause I think the big problem I have with it is that you just can't move on unless you do it. But there are other games that does too.
Yeah.
Like I remember Metal Gear Solid 3. You had to shoot spoilers. You had to spoilers. Come on, someone has played Metal Gear Solid 3 at this point.
Okay.
You had to
Is that
shoot the
Snake
boss.
Eater?
Yeah, Snake Eater. You have to shoot the
Played that.
boss. So all that but the difference between that and the Call of Duty one is that Call of Duty literally is something that just happened. And like you said, you played the game for I think it's literally 30 minutes to an hour
it's right
maybe
in the
before
beginning.
you get to this.
Yeah.
And of course it can go faster or slower depending on how quick you are in the game.
How
Then you
skilled
have
are.
to already do this emotional thing that's supposed to make you feel something to feel bad.
Forcing emotion.
Yeah.
Can't. I mean.
And at least in Metal Gear Solid, you had a whole game to
Yeah.
fucking build up this emotion, so it makes sense.
Exactly.
And now I
Yeah.
still feel it's very cheesy and forced in Metal Gear
It
Solid,
is. Yeah.
but at least it works out a little better. Call of Duty, it's forced as well. I just think it doesn't work in the beginning of a game very well.
No.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
The only way to do it would be what comes to mind is in Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, I think.
Oh, the good
when
one.
when Ezio meets up with Michelangelo, and they go to, they're like this very short, very brief scene where it says press so and so to it's just a quick flash of it, and it's to hug Michelangelo back, and it took me off guard the first time I actually saw it. But the scene moves on, and he has like this really heartbroken face if you don't hug him, and he just walks away. I'll see you later, friend.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, and Stuart actually missed it the first time too. He fought and went back to not miss it because he had like this puppy dog face, and he was like, I feel bad. I have to go back and hug him.
Yeah.
But I mean, it moved on, and it had like an actual emotional consequence for the player. Because they really did a good job on his facial features and stuff for that. And we also had a little bit of build up because he was a friend in the last game too.
Yeah.
So I mean, like that comes to mind. Like if you miss it, there should be like an on-screen backlash in game.
Yeah, if you're gonna do it, I think it's such a rough thing to do because a lot of the times it comes off as forced. Like, even much as I say Metal Gear Solid was really cool, like, I go back to Metal Gear Solid 4, there's a scene where you have to go through the long hallway of microwaves, so they make you push and push the button. Now, the whole point of this is not to piss you off and make your thumb tired. It's to get, like, even if you're not overweight, over time, you can push this button rapidly, and rapidly got to do it even harder. It's supposed to get you hot, so you feel the feel. Like, you're going to get sweaty and hot and frustrated. Maybe a little bit frustrated.
I did.
And it'll get you hot, and then you're supposed to feel like Snake going thing. Like, even that was felt forced, too. But I like that in that one.
They did a really good job with that.
Yeah, that type of idea of forcing like interaction to do the emotion beyond just playing through it through game mechanics, where it's just like a button prompt like that. It's a really rough thing to sell, and I just feel like overall Call of Duty failed at it, and it came out so early, and it became super forced. So that's why I feel they fail, and people are making fun of it. But it's not like this thing hasn't been done before, You know
what they should have done? Like a few theories on how they could have made it better. Well, one is not have to pay respects after you press the key, because it's so specific that it makes it ridiculous.
Press F to pay respects.
It's kind of like the press X to Jason thing.
Yeah, kind of.
Where it's like it became a joke because it's funny. He's just like Jason, he just shouts it, and you can just do it all the time. Even not making it like a quick time event where it's like not even a quick time, just a quick time event sort of situation, where if they just didn't tell you what to do, and you kind of were just like pressing any key. You just pressing keys and stuff, and then eventually like you pay respect, and then you're like, oh, something happened here, They didn't really do it very naturally. It's like you must pay respects, or if they wanted to have them pay respects, if they want to force that, it should have been like a quick time where after a certain amount of time, maybe like your army guy comes over and he pushes you. He's like, "What's your problem?"
I think you got a theory here. I think what it comes down to is that you were forced to do it.
Yeah.
If people didn't do it and they just walked away, and then there were some videos online where people did it, and when they found out that it was something you could do, I bet people were like, "Oh, that's something I could have done. That's way sweet." People would have approached it.
Yeah, like if you could just walk away, be like, that would be more emotional because it would be like you're like, oh, it's so and you're.
But if they would have had an optional, like let's say you instead of it. They just like if you were allowed them to explore the environment and stumbled upon it, maybe instead of just starting you off next to the casket and pay respect.
Yeah.
Maybe then people wouldn't have been so backlash about it, because then it was more of like a gameplay interaction. Because I feel that kind of stuff just works better when you do it mechanically. Like go back to Journey, you start off in this fast field and you just start off in a pans and then there's your character. You're like, well, what do I do?
And you
naturally start walking forward and going through the environment. Then you notice, I press this button, I jump up and do this thing. And they're like, okay, what do I do with this? Then you go up to an object, you do your little dance, and it invokes something in the environment. And then that interaction, it immerses you much better than just forcing people to do it when they naturally discover it. And people don't naturally just go, I'm being forced to do this. I think that's probably why people really got pissed off. So that's a good point to bring up. I think when they force it onto people. Yeah, good point, Eli. Good point.
Thank you.
I think I would agree with all that. I mean, I keep going back to the Assassin's Creed games and how they were so really good about that. And but there were several of
Assassin's Creed. Like the scene you're proposing, I think that's interesting. Like that's one that's in the mid ground. It kind of comes off forced, but at the same time, I think if you're a true fan, it'd be something really interesting. Hell, if you know a little bit about Michelangelo and the lore, but it's even more cool,
Oh yeah, I mean, I did because I'm a fucking fanatic for it.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, I'm thinking of all the like quick time that in Assassin's Creed, and they were all really good.
Mommy, I love you. I love Assassin's Creed too.
Yeah, I've got an escapee, and alright, I better get going. She's about ready for bed anyway.
Yes.
Okay.
Alright.
Well, actually, we're about to finish in, so you might as well just stick around for a couple more seconds.
Alright, hey, Jojo, come here.
Yes.
Here's a bye-bye.
Yes. Put your butt on her lap so the internet can see. Well, while you're figuring that out.
Okay.
Yeah. So I guess that'll be our show.
That was a good
Alright.
show.
Yeah. Oh wait, let's go back. Let's go back.
Oh,
Bye-bye.
bye. Goodbye,
Goodbye.
Jojo and
Bye.
Elena.
Love
Yes.
you. Bye-bye.
Yeah. So that's our mandatory cuteness for the show.
Yeah, that worked
So I
out
want to
pretty
thank Elena for joining us, of course. Thank you.
No problem.
Thanks for
Good night.
Top Maverick guest hosting on there, holding us
All right,
down.
guys.
When we're in a pinch, we always kind of get some people to come in, you know. Thanks to Elias and everything like that. Make sure everybody checks out all of our social networks. Do all the socials. Follow us on Twitter, RPTV. Search for us under shows, under Move from Play, add us to Circle Plus, join the forums to continue discussion beyond the show. Yeah, so this has been episode 126. I'll catch you all next week. Peace out, home dogs.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.